Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
Hey, East Texas, Matt Darby here, and I serve as one of the pastors at New Beginnings Baptist Church in Gilmer and in Longview. Let me ask you a question. Are you looking for hope in your life right now? We believe that the answer is Jesus Christ, and every Sunday we fix our eyes on Him and we worship Jesus together. I want to invite you to one of our worship services at 8, 9:30, and 11 in Gilmer and in Longview. We'll see you there.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Goddard & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Goddard & Young.
Extra, extra! Read all about tonight's game in Thursday's Gilmer Mirror, complete with pictures, coaches' comments, and a look at next week's opponent. The Gilmer Mirror has been serving the citizens of Upshur County since 1877. You know, reading the news online is fine, but there is nothing like physically picking up your hometown paper, turning the pages, and catching up on everything going on in our area. If you're not subscribing to the Gilmer Mirror, you're probably missing out. It's one of my favorite publications, and I know you'll love it too. The Gilmer Mirror, www.gilmermirror.com.
Because of investments in our surrounding infrastructure, eTex offers advanced improvements in internet connections, service experience, and quality of life for our customers. The driving force for eTex has been to create a state-of-the-art company using both the latest technology and local expert technicians, people you know. And best of all, a certified support team that delivers quality support within hours, not days. eTex, local support from the team you trust.
Growing up as a child in East Texas, I was always taught that I had to outwork my opponent. That same principle has carried over into our law firm. And for over 20 years, we've outworked each and every insurance company, lawyer, or corporation we've gone against. If you look at our results, they prove it. Put us to work for you, and we promise to never stray from the same East Texas work ethic that you were raised on.
120 years ago, First National Bank of Gilmer opened its doors to meet the needs of its customers. Through the years, we added other names to our banking family. Now, we're proudly unified under a single name, First National Bank of East Texas, because together, we're better for you, your families, your businesses, and our communities. We're the same great bank with the same great people and services you can depend on. First National Bank of East Texas. Together, we're better.
Winningham Chevrolet is proud to support the Gilmer Buckeyes. Don't miss out on the 15% savings on the 2020 Blazer, Equinox, and Trax. And remember, our service department is now open Saturday 8 to 12. Stop by and see Jay, Roger, and Lindsay at Winningham Chevrolet. The Med Shop Pharmacy in Gilmer's features a drive-through pharmacy for all your prescription and over-the-counter drug needs. Place refills using our free phone app RX2Go or use our convenient auto refill line 24/7 at 903-680-2626. Stop by and see our unique gift items for all occasions, or visit us on the web at gilmermedshop.com. And don't forget, the Med Shop is your flu shot and vaccine headquarters for the fall and winter season. The Med Shop Pharmacy, your friendly hometown pharmacy. The Buckeye Nation would like to congratulate the Lady Buckeyes volleyball team, which is currently ranked number 15 in the state and is now 19-4 on the season after sweeping the Pittsburg Lady Pirates prior to tonight's football game. Please join us at the Buckeye Gym this coming Tuesday, October 20th for senior night and support our Lady Buckeyes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Pittsburg, Texas, where your Gilmer Buckeyes have their first road game tonight against the Pittsburg Pirates here in district play. The Gilmer Buckeyes come in 1-0 in district play. Pittsburg Pirates are 0-1 in district play after being beaten by the Pleasant Grove Hawks, and we anticipate that showdown coming up in Gilmer here in Week 10. But for tonight, we celebrate the almost Jamboree. We say hello to everybody out there at the Boondoggle on the Square.
Yeah, they were calling it the Boondoggle on the Square.
And we are excited.
That's the spirit of the Jamboree.
The spirit of the Jamboree, a.k.a. the almost Jamboree.
Almost Jamboree.
But it's October. You can feel it in the air. We're supposed to be down to the 50s tonight. It's football weather, and I think we've got the Pittsburg crowd already outnumbered about 3-1 here on the Buckeye sideline.
It's been a bit of a thin year for Pittsburg.
It really has.
Struggled a little bit.
They have not won a game, but Jeff, don't let them get twisted. They're very, very talented. Pittsburg always is. And they always play us really tough. Remember, 2 years ago,
I don't even want to talk about 2 years ago.
It was not a pretty sight as the Buckeyes left this building having been beaten. And folks, stay with us because they have a light system here in Pittsburg where when Pittsburg scores or they take the field or anything happens, the lights do flash on and off. As the Pilgrim Bank has gone all out here. It's a great facility. And we are not far from home, but we are very much in hostile territory here. So we look forward to tonight's game. Look forward to being able to talk about all the stuff that's going on in Gilmer, the AKA Almost Jamboree. And we've got our cell phones on and are happy to interact with everything that's happening back at home and appreciate everybody being with us.
Yeah, I think we're actually going to get some live footage from the event on the square.
The Boondoggle on the Square.
Joe Dodd is responsible for sending me an email, and we're going to actually put that online tonight. So you'll actually get to see some of your friends and neighbors online at the square tonight. We're going to have about 10 or 15 seconds. So if you're over there watching the game on the square, you're probably going to be on television. So if you're not supposed to be there and your parents don't know where you are, don't be there, okay? We don't sign release forms.
Leave now.
Yeah.
Well, we look forward to bringing this to you tonight. The Buckeye broadcast as the Gilmer Buckeyes take on the Pittsburg Pirates here tonight, and look forward to hopefully going 2-0 in district play. Let's talk a little football, Jeff. So obviously talking to Coach Metzel from the Coaches Show, which was fantastic. And we invite everybody to tune into the Coaches Show at GilmerBuckeyes.com. And Eric Conitz does such a good job getting that out every weekend. It's usually up on Mondays.
I want to thank Godarzi and Young for their sponsorship.
Absolutely.
Not only the title sponsorship for this year, but also sponsoring the
Coaches Show. And it is a great production. We've got replays, we got highlights, and then of course talking to Coach Metzel at the Coaches Luncheon. We want to announce that too for all the Buckeye fans. Wednesdays at noon at the Country Club. If you want to come get behind the scenes up close and personal with Coach Metzel, he walks through the previous week's game. He also walks through the upcoming game. And we'll talk a little bit about that here tonight, Jeff, as the Pittsburg Pirates come in having not won a game yet. And that's right where Coach Metzel wants to go, which is to start fast. Playing 4 quarters really since the Carthage game has been the theme of the year. And the Buckeyes,
it's really been the theme of the year all year.
It really has. And the Buckeyes have yet to really come out and put 4 quarters of their best football together. Now, when the Buckeyes do get on track, it's a juggernaut. Now, I mean, they've come back against Lindale, a great team that'll be playing in the playoffs in 4A Division I. They've come back against Carthage, and we're really one play away from making that a 21-14 game.
Yeah. 21-28.
28-21. And it just kind of slipped away. But A championship caliber team is what Coach Metzel is shooting for, and really he's talked about it on several occasions. He doesn't really want it to matter who the opponent is. He wants to have a faceless opponent because if we're playing our best, it shouldn't matter.
Yeah, he wants to play 4 quarters of football, and that's one of the things that I questioned him about, obviously, that he knew was coming. He knew that question was coming at the coaches show this week. You know, we have yet to play a 4-quarter game this year. We have not yet played a first-quarter game this year.
At all.
We have played 1 second quarter there, and maybe we'll give them credit for 1.5 because last week, toward the last 2 minutes of the quarter was pretty exciting.
Right.
But other than that, we haven't put together 4 quarters. We haven't played a good first quarter yet, really, not Buckeye capable. So it's been slow to start. It's been really frustrating for the coaching staff. So they have been focusing on that in a big way this week, and that is something they have put a lot of energy into. So you're going to look for them to come out and try to strike fast. They need to get that. The kids need that to know they can do that they can start from the word go. And the other thing is they really focused on this week is just mental toughness, discipline, because last week in the first half of play we had 12 penalties for 94 yards, including 7 illegal procedure penalties. And so those are absolutely killers. You can't do that in a big game like Game 10. You know, when we get, you don't want to do it in any game,
right?
But you sure don't want to do it when you get to Pleasant Grove. You're not going to be able to pull that off.
You can't get away with that. And you know, people look at the score last week and say, "Were y'all watching the same game?" Because the Buckeyes came out and put it on the Spring Hill Panthers on the scoreboard. But obviously, you're going to kind of see the same thing tonight here with the Pittsburg Pirates. That's not what it's about. It's not about the opponent. It's not about playing up or down to the opponent. It's about, for the coaching staff, playing 4 consistent quarters of Buckeye football. And folks, let me tell you, we've done this a long time, 20-plus years watching Buckeye football. When this team comes out and plays as well as they're capable of playing, they can play with anybody. You've seen the best team you're going to see for the rest of your schedule in Carthage, and you were 1 play away from being in that game from halftime on.
Yeah.
So for the Buckeyes, it's about trying to reach up to that championship caliber. And really, for the first time, if you think about it, in 5 years, Jeff, let's go win a district championship. Let's just think about step 1. That starts here tonight with the Pittsburg Pirates, and that starts, as you said, Jeff, with putting 4 quarters of Buckeye football together. And when you do, I'm not sure that there's a third placeholder up there on that scoreboard for more than 60-plus points. But the Buckeyes are capable, as they've shown, of really exploding offensively and just running off and leaving people. And if the Buckeyes can play like that and get into that habit going into the playoffs, look out. Because as you said, the playoffs start week 10. It's trophy time. It's win or go home after that.
Well, it should be. I mean, if things go the way we think they will, it should be the game for the district championship, first of all.
Pleasant Grove,
and then you're
week
also
10
looking
at
who you, if you're you know, you can make it into the playoffs, you're going to see that opponent again in round 4. And then whoever makes it past that more than likely has a great shot, let's just say it that way, of seeing Carthage again in Game 16.
Jerry's World.
So, yeah.
So that's the goal.
That's the goal. And so
it sounds crazy to talk about but that is the goal for this team. This team comes into every single workout every single week saying,
absolutely.
"Hey, you know, we've got every bit of a chance here to be playing on December 16th in AT&T Stadium." And we're sitting here on October 16th, and let me tell you, that's what the mindset is. And it starts with just putting 4 quarters of Buckeye football together and being consistent at a championship level. So far, we haven't seen that, to your point, Jeff. But it's the difference between being a really good team, being a great team, and then being up there as an elite team.
Well, and he talked about faceless opponent, you know, this week when we talked to him, and it is very frustrating for the coaching staff. Because they go to practice, they execute on that. Let's start from the beginning. Let's get a good go. And they just haven't been able to put it together. It's almost just like bad luck. I don't know how to explain it. The guys are quite capable. You see what they do once they get cranked up. But there's something about just the beginning that's been we've been a little slow to start. So I look for them this week because they really have addressed it mentally this week as well as in practice. I look for them to come out and maybe tonight we'll see for the first time them put together all 4 quarters of football. This team, for all of you that, you know, back home that have watched a lot of Buckeye football, you know the talent that we've had over the years. You look at all the state championship teams, all 3 of those teams. You look at the 2 state championship or the state games that we didn't win. You look at all the third and fourth round playoff teams. We've had some great teams over the years, and we've watched all of those teams. We called the state championship team all the way back in 2004, and so we've seen a lot of these teams. And I'm telling you, from my opinion, this team is as good as any. We've got enough talent spread in the right places to make it to state.
Yeah.
This team has the ability,
Yeah.
but they got to be able to play 4 quarters, and they got to cut out the penalties. Another penalty that really killed us last week because we're really aggressive in the secondary. We had 4 pass interference calls. Now one of them was junk, but we still had 3 legitimate ones, and we got to knock those out because we've had them in every game this year.
And one scoring drive, Jeff, was every first down for Spring Hill was because of a penalty that the Buckeyes had on us, and they scored on that drive. Championship teams just don't do that. The other thing is the pre-snap penalties. That really got into Coach Metzel's craw on the offensive side, and I mean, the defense played great last week.
Oh, they
played
lights out all year.
They really have.
Those guys have played lights out all year.
But it's offensively, this team is built to play fast, to go out and get a great lead, and to just basically steamroll you. And it's hard to do that when you don't start off fast. And if you look at what's happened against some really good teams, against Lindale, against Carthage, where you're down 28 points, and you come back and not only make it a game, but against Lindale, you wind up winning. You have to play lights out for 2 quarters. Well, your coaching staff goes and watches 2 sets of film. You watch the first half, you watch the second half, and it's Jekyll and Hyde, and you kind of say, guys,
what's going on?
What happens here?
That's a mental thing.
It really, and that's
you've got the
physicality
physicality to do it. It's a mental. There's some mental block, the hurdle that they've got to get over. Because let's talk about some of the talent. You've got Brandon Tennyson at quarterback. Okay, let's start there. And Brandon is setting up numbers. The only person that he's not going to break records on is probably his mentor and trainer and coach, Stump Godfrey. And that's because Stump played 3 years, not 2. Brandon's going to play as a junior and senior. So, but the guy's putting up, he's already got 3 records in the top 10 for passing yardage. And so he's going to break a lot of Gilmer records. That's one thing for sure. So you start off with a guy with an arm and a guy with legs.
Yeah, and let's just add one thing. You asked Stump Godfrey if you see him. Now, this is Mr. Texas football, the best player in the state of Texas, all divisions in 2009. Yeah. There's very few guys that have won that honor. One of them's name is Johnny Manziel, who won it the year after, and all he talked about was how great Stump is. And we all remember how great Stump was. You ask Stump today, and he'll tell you, BT's better than me. That's scary when you think about that kind of high praise. But at the same time, everything has to come together and the mentality has to be there. But that's a great place to start when you have a quarterback that could be as good as any quarterback we've ever had.
And then you think about the weapons that he has. First of all, embarrassment of riches in the running back position. You got, I mean, literally, how do you even determine who starts down there?
We got 5 guys that could start in any high school anywhere.
You do. You're looking at Cody Guidry. You're looking at Smith.
Devion Smith.
You're looking at.
You got Jaron Choice.
Ward.
You got
Choice.
Ward. That's the 5th string guy that against Atlanta in the 4th quarter rushed for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns.
The guy's a freak of nature. I mean, so we've got plenty of backs. Then you go out and you look at the receiving corps. Ridiculous. You're looking at Mason. You're looking at the two. Well, you're looking at the Fluellen brothers. You're looking at Dylan and Rowan. You're looking at Jaden Griffin on the outside. I mean, just Marche Spraglin.
Parker.
All of those guys can go up and get the football, and nobody more so than Dylan. Now, then you've got Rowan, who just has this, as a sophomore, a 15-year-old, has this freak instincts of football that you see once in a blue moon. I remember the last one that I called that on was Curtis Brown years ago when he was a sophomore. But this kid has 4 interceptions on the year already, and they're always at clutch times right when you need them. He's killing it on the offensive side of the ball. Just has a knack for the ball. So there's a ton of skill kids that in every position. And you jump to the defensive side of the ball. Your defensive line all year long just been, most games deep penetration. Your secondary strong. A few penalties here and there, and some of them I agree with and some I don't. But there's enough talent, raw talent on this team that when they finally get all 4 of those quarters put together, when they get their head right, this team, I'm telling you now, this team can play with Carthage. Yeah. And that's one of the best Carthage teams, by the way, I've seen in a long time. That Carthage game was won on one thing, an offensive line that had 5 out of 6 guys over 300 pounds. Yeah. And they controlled the line.
Yeah.
So this team that just made it their way to the field here can play with the best in the state. So it's theirs to lose. If they want to go to the state championship, it is theirs to lose.
And Coach Metzel has followed Coach Traylor in really understanding that this process of building a championship team is like climbing a mountain. You climb it one step at a time. You take it one practice at a time, one rep at a time, one game at a time, and it's all really about preparing at that championship level. That's what these guys are learning right now.
That's right.
And I can tell you from being around these guys this week, for the first time probably, Jeff, it hasn't mattered who we're playing. It's just all about us. It's all about the guy in the mirror. It's all about understanding that I got to be every single play ready to do my job and count on the guys around me. And we're right there at the cusp of taking that next step.
You can feel it.
You can feel it.
Especially if you go to a practice, like you said, you can feel it with the coaching staff. You can feel it with the players. They know they have the ability to play with anybody in the state. And knowing that puts a lot of pressure on you when you know, oh my gosh, look around, we've got the talent, the ability, and the coaching and the tradition to go all the way this year. It's almost like that adds extra nerves that causes them, I think, to have these rough starts. They're just so amped up and energetic. And let's talk about coaches for a second. Alan Metzel's first year at head coach this year, athletic director, just doing a brilliant job. He's been in Gilmer for 18 years. I mean, he knows the program inside and out. He's been to the state championships.
He helped build it.
He did. He did help build it. His offensive coordinator. And now you've got Tommy Edwards doing a great job on the defensive side of the ball. These guys are doing a remarkable job with these young men. And we talk about it often in the Coaches Show. In fact, this week, make sure you check out on Monday. We're going to have Stump Godfrey on the Coaches Show, and we're going to talk about the stuff that's kind of off the field stuff, the character building, the things that they're doing to take these young men and make them men. And so we're going to talk a lot about that in the next Coaches Show. And right now we're going to go to a moment of silence and the national anthem. So we're going to break away to a commercial break. We'll be right back with the Gilmer Buckeyes taking on the Pittsburg Pirates.
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brett Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
Crowley Funeral Home has been
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
And Jeff, we're back to the action. The Buckeyes have won the toss. Marche Spraglin, the captain tonight. We've elected to defer, so we will kick it off. The Black Flag defense will try to get a 3 and out.
Now that's an interesting strategy. Maybe that's our way of saying let's get our nerves settled and
let's play defense first.
Because we never do that. I mean, that's almost, you never see us defer when we win the toss. But let's see how that strategy works out tonight as far as getting the momentum going.
Well, I'm as excited with Jeff about this game as I've been literally even with Carthage, simply because the Carthage game didn't matter, number one. Number two, Pittsburg, even having not won a game, is a very talented team. So they're going to bring it to Gilmer. We're going to get their best shot. I do not expect to have, a rollover game like we're going to maybe see here coming up in the future, against teams like North Lamar that really athletically don't belong on the field with the Buckeyes. Pittsburgh's got the athletes. Do not get me wrong, folks. They got some guys that are dudes, as Coach Mental says, that will go. But we're going to have to play well, and that's the challenge, is can we play well from the kickoff? And here we get ready with number 20. Kicking off for the Buckeyes, the big leg, Jose Hernandez will chip it over to the voice of the Buckeyes, Jeff Rash.
It's Friday night, and here's the kickoff. It's going to be a squibbly kick, bouncing inside the 10, fumbled around, and finally fumbled outside at the 11-yard line. So Pittsburgh deep in their own territory, going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 11, and that's what the Buckeyes wanted to do, was pin them back deep and then get them 3 and out.
Well, let's see defensively. I think they're going to mark that, Jeff, at the 16. And number 27, Bryson Jimerson, number 44, Matt Burton. Those two guys, Jeff, are dudes, as Coach Mental says. Bryson Jimerson's got a broken hand. He's playing with a cast on that right hand. But we're going to see a very similar offense to what the Buckeyes see here with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Straight out of the box, 1st and 10, Pittsburgh.
All right, we got 2 receivers left and 1 right. Man goes in motion. Quarterback draw up the middle. Found a little bit of a gap. Going to be good for about a 4-yard gain. And defensive line, they're getting in. The linebacker's getting in on the stop. Nearly, we'll call that a 3-yard gain.
Now, you notice Bryson Jimerson hits the quarterback 3 yards deep in the backfield. And, Jeff, that's number 8 for the Pittsburgh Pirates. That's Putt McCain. And he is a senior, and he is a quarterback and a linebacker, and he is one of the best athletes in the district.
All right, there's the fakes the handoff, rolls around.
Almost
picked off there by Cody Guidry. Great defense there by Cody in the flat. They've struggled a little bit out there with that little out route this year, men being open in the flat, but Cody does a great job there coming up and just batting the ball down.
Yeah, from a safety position, nobody's behind him. He comes up and plays the route. They've seen that on film. Obviously, the Buckeyes well prepared, but here's the opportunity to get off the field, Jeff. Money down, 3rd down and 6 for Pittsburgh. They need their own 25 or 26-yard line for a 1st down.
Pittsburgh trying to go a long snap count. Quarterback wants to pass. He's under heavy pressure, and he's going to be dropped for a loss.
Number 44, Matt Burton, just ate that up. Played great position, got off his block, 3 and out for the Buckeyes, 11-13 and counting, Jeff, and the Buckeyes are going to get the ball. So maybe that deferring on when you win the toss is the answer. Because pinning them deep and getting a 3 and out is exactly what the Buckeyes
how would you like to look up as
game.
an offensive lineman and see Burton and Jefferson across from you? And I'll tell you what, they'll underestimate Christian McCann down there, but they shouldn't.
So
he may be 200 pounds, but he plays like a 300-pounder. And here's the punt. And it's going to be a fair catch on the 45-yard line by number 4, Cody Guidry. And the Buckeyes got exactly what they were looking for. 3 and out, a short punt. And they're going to take over their first possession on the 44-yard line of Pittsburgh and look for them to strike fast.
Yeah, it's 10:45 left in the first quarter right now, Jeff, and the Buckeyes want to have struck pay dirt and still maintain service, so to speak, because they're going to get to start the ball through the second half. 5 wide here for BT. They're going on the attack.
All right, Tennyson in the shotgun by himself. Heavy pressure. Sets up a screen, and it is just dropped. There by number 12, and he would love to have that back. That is Mason Hurt,
Mace
the intended receiver.
Mace
he had about 5 guys in front of him, and he was going to take that one a long way. So 2 receivers wide to the right, 2 to the left, 1 back in the backfield. It is Smith. Smith goes in motion. Pump fake. Wide open. Inside route, pass complete to none other than the kicker. I love it when the kicker gets in the game.
Big Jose Hernandez.
Hernandez on the reception, and that is going to move the chains.
That's a great fake out to Smith in the flat, and Hernandez just goes and sits down in the middle of that zone, and BT hits him right between the 2 and the 0.
Mason Hurt, the receiver, by himself to the left, 2 receivers to the right, man in the slot, and 1 in the backfield. Let's see what the Buckeyes have in store here. They're going to pass plenty of time, and that pass is complete for another first down to number 12, Mason Hurt, who has just had a stellar year this year.
Yeah, Mason is the heart and soul of this whole team, Jeff. He's the leader. He's the captain. He's the senior. This team is going to go as far as Mason leads them. It's just that simple. And I tell you what, you couldn't ask for the team to be in better hands and a better kid.
He's a good kid. I've watched this kid grow up, and he comes as good as they are. Number 2, Griffin, around the right job. Great job defensively to string that play out for nothing. Good job there by the Pittsburgh defense. In fact, a loss of a yard, which will bring up, we'll say 2 yards, 2nd and 12 for the Buckeyes.
And notice, Jeff, that was the first running play that the Buckeyes had in jet sweep. 2nd down and 12 now, as the Buckeyes are going to throw the ball a lot here, given the fact that those linebackers there for Pittsburgh, we'll talk about them in a little while, but they are all kinds of good.
All right, Smith coming back to the backfield. Here's the snap. Handoff to Smith. Got a little hole up the front, running hard. And he's going to gain about 5 on that carry, maybe 6. We'll call that 3rd and 7.
Yeah, very rarely will the Buckeyes run straight at this Pittsburgh defense, Jeff, and that's basically because you've got the linebackers that are there for Pittsburgh, and they are really, really good.
Oh, they got 2 dudes at linebacker.
Yeah,
Those
Christian
are the best
Bates,
2 players on the team.
Christian Bates and Ty Price. We'll talk about them tonight.
All right, there it is. Touchdown Buckeyes. Number 14, Dylan Fluellen on the score for the Buckeyes, and he has really gotten used to hearing that.
Yeah,
hearing his name in the end zone.
That's just too easy. BT, when he gets that much time, and he had lots of time to deliver the football, and I mean, he threw a laser beam on that little skinny post route. And that's exactly how the Buckeyes want to start, Jeff. 9:18 left in the first quarter, 6-0 extra point left to come, and the Buckeyes now on serve and right where they want to be, putting it to the Pittsburgh Pirates early and often here in this game so far.
All right, the extra point attempt is good, and the Buckeyes again striking early. This is the earliest we've had a touchdown in the whole season. With 9:18 left to play in the first quarter. Gilmer Buckeyes 7, Pittsburgh Pirates 0. We'll be right back after these messages.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
All right, back to the action in Pittsburg, Texas. Gilmer Buckeyes with 9:18 left on the first quarter clock. Ahead of the Pittsburgh Pirates 7-0, and that's exactly what Coach Metzel and the coaching staff was looking for, was an early score. So after deferring the kickoff, here they are again, just a couple of minutes later, kicking off again, and this one's going to be fielded on the 8-yard line by number 3 for Pittsburgh. And he is turning up the juice, coming around the left side, and will be hit at the 23-yard line. And so Pittsburgh this time getting a little better field position, 1st and 10 from the 23 instead of the 11.
Yeah, good coverage as we have some deja vu as the Buckeyes are kicking off for the second time in less than 3 minutes in this game, and that's a good sign, Jeff. If the Buckeyes are kicking off every 3 minutes, it's going to be a good night.
All right, Pittsburgh with their second offensive series of the night. Let's see if they can get the ball moved down the field. Handoff up the middle. Buckeyes are going to sniff it out after a gain of about 2. And again, defensive line just doing a great job up there. Not only getting penetration, but maintaining gap soundness.
Yeah,
they do a good job of staying in the gap.
Yeah, and you have to, and you've seen it against teams like Lindale and teams like Gladewater early on that had such talented backs. And you got plenty of talent here tonight.
All right, Luke Watson putting the heat on the quarterback, and big number 44, Matt Burton, comes in to wrap it up and finish off the job. That's some good teamwork there.
3rd and 12, right where this Buckeye Black Flag defense wants to be. And another 3 and out here on the doorstep if the Buckeyes can execute here, Jeff, and it will be deja vu because we're going to get the ball in great field position again. hey, at this point, Jeff, you couldn't ask for a better start to this game for the Buckeyes. Let's see if this Black Flag defense can close it out on an obvious passing down here.
All right, quarterback dropping back. Rowan Flewellen has checked into the game, by the way, and he steps up in front of that one. And believe me, he's looking for interception number 5 here tonight.
Yeah, Davion Smith had great coverage there. Buckeyes obviously knew it was a passing down. But, Jeff, that is great coverage. Not really a passing quarterback. He's a great athlete. But the Buckeyes once again managed to get off the field on third down. Third and long, second punt of the night coming up, Jeff, and we still have 8:11 left in the first quarter. So far, so good with this four-quarter thing. I mean, yeah, we said it at the top of the show. We really expected to see it tonight, and so far we absolutely have.
Yeah, so far it's been game plan. And look at this, Matt Burton coming through, nearly getting a chance at a block there. He was nearly just unblocked, and it's just a poor punt as that bounces out of bounds right there around the 43, 44-yard line of Pittsburgh. So guess what? Deja vu. Gilmer takes over while I go on the 44. They'll take over first and 10 once again from the 44. And so let's see what the offense has in store for us. This time in the backfield, it is number 4, Cody Guidry. Lightning in a bottle.
Cover 2 in the secondary, Jeff. They're going to dare us to run it here.
Dropping back, heavy pressure, launches one downfield, and Mason Hurt tries to catch one over the shoulder. That was a tough one. The offensive line's up here pounding on Tennyson, saying, sorry, man, that was my bad.
Yeah, that was an Olay there from the left guard as big number 72 was sitting on top of BT, and he still almost completed that to Mason. That's about as well as you can throw it under duress, but Mason was open.
All right. Guidry still in it in the backfield. Handoff to Guidry around the left side. He turns it on. Ooh, punishes.
My gracious.
I mean, punishes the defender. Lowers his head and just, I mean, that is child abuse. That is.
Poor number 3 that came back from a safety standpoint.
There are social workers all over the field right now looking to write up Cody Guidry for that. Ooh, what an absolute pounding he gave him. Quick pass to Cody. Let's see if he can do it again. He's going to lower his head. This time he's going to be pushed out of bounds after getting a first down. But, man, what a hit.
Yeah, that was something. Cody, Cody.
He is a tough kid.
Yeah.
I swear I think he's the toughest kid on this team. And there's a lot of tough kids down here. But he is just absolutely ironclad.
Yeah, Keith Tate, the longtime running backs coach, teaches his running backs to finish the run, and Cody did just that on that last series.
Oh, my goodness. Fakes the handoff to Cody, and guess who? Rowan Flewellen, and he gets jerked down. I wondered if they might get a flag for a horse collar there, but I guess it was clean.
Yeah, we got a flag back here at the line of scrimmage, and usually that's going to be a hold. Now that's going to be an illegal formation against the Buckeyes. Going to move them back 5, but Rowe was open on that, and BT threw a strike. That's the same play that his big brother just scored a touchdown on the last drive. Well, that's going to back the Buckeyes up 5 and bring up 1st and 15 from the Pittsburgh 34. And that really, Jeff, is the first penalty that we've seen all night against the Buckeyes, which is, given the fact that this is their second drive, also another encouraging sign as emphasis for sure for a week of practice with those pre-snap penalties.
All right, 3 receivers, wide to the right, 2 to the left. Tennyson's in the backfield alone. Heavy pressure. Sets up a screen. Rowan breaking tackles left and right, headed to the house. He's going to get pulled down inside the 10. And he really didn't fall behind his blockers. He outran them. Luckily, escaped 2 tackles on the way to make a big gain inside the 10.
Just great execution as the Buckeyes have 2 guys coming in now and now 2 guys coming back out as they want to be in fast mode. And BT's turning around going, hey, we already got 11. We're good. Y'all go back.
All right, here's the snap. Handoff to Guidry. Finds a gap, cuts through the middle, and he'll score.
What great feet. Good blocking up front.
Good vision.
Good vision. And BT sees that one. He sees the linebacker step to the outside. The safeties cheat up. He gives that one to Guidry on the run-pass option, and Cody makes one good jump cut. Once again, touchdown Buckeyes, Jeff.
5 minutes and 6 seconds off the clock. 2 scores for Gilmer.
There's the answer to the start fast, as the Buckeyes really can't play any better than what you've seen in the last 5.5 minutes, Jeff. Let's see if they can just consistently keep this up, because this one is about to get out of hand already. And you can tell, Jeff, the focus is here. It is here, and that's a faceless opponent, Jeff, but that's a talented opponent, and the Buckeyes are having their way right now.
They are, and this is real crucial. We talked about this during the pregame. This is what they've worked on all week. Look, guys, we have to be able to put 4 quarters of football together, no matter who the opponent is, no matter how talented they are. Because here's the thing that I've noticed with Gilmer, and this is a lot of teams, they play down to their opponent. Right. A lot of times you'll see them, they do this with Spring Hill every year. The last 4 years, Spring Hill, last year nearly beat them. Yeah. They won by 2 points. And that's what they're trying to train out of these guys. You play with the same intensity level no matter who you have across the ball from you. And whatever their record is, you play like they are the Dallas Cowboys in front of you.
Yeah, no matter what the score is as well. And right now, the Buckeyes have come out and done their job. They've executed. They've had that intensity, as you said during the coaches show. That's the I in pride, is that intensity, and then that E, which is every play. That's what Coach Traylor and Coach Olin Johnson came up with, PRIDE, and they had that for a reason. There's a formula there.
All right, fielded on the 21-yard line, and a great open field tackle there. I can't see who got that. That's number 18, I believe, made the tackle there.
Yeah, for the Buckeyes, great coverage there by number 18. And that's Caleb Fitzgerald, the senior. He's a fullback. He's bringing a load, and he just, that's a textbook tackle in the open field. Once again, Pittsburgh getting a little bit better field position starting from their 27. But, Jeff, so far in half a quarter, they've run 6 offensive plays because it's been 2 straight 3-and-outs. And this Buckeye Black Flag defense looking to literally start, putting the nails in the coffin already here halfway through the first quarter.
All right, Pittsburgh desperate to get the ball moved down the field. Handoff up the middle, and it is going to go nowhere. He gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, guess who?
And I'm afraid you're going to see this all night long. I mean,
Matt Burton is just a beast, and he just basically is 3 yards deep into the backfield, making that tackle.
The thing is, Todd, look at the size of that offensive line down there.
They're big.
They got
That's what I'm saying. Pittsburgh is no joke. They hadn't won a game, but they've got talent.
All right, here's the snap. Quarterback looking, drops back, fires one into a crowd of people, and just everybody all tangled up. Not a real solid route run there so far.
3rd and 10 once again. That's exactly where the Buckeyes want to be. Money down, have an opportunity to get off the field here, give it back to the offense once again. And remember, Jeff, we lost the toss. I mean, we won the toss and deferred. So we're up 14-0 halfway through the first quarter with an opportunity for the 3rd straight time to get off the field at 3 and out.
Well, the Buckeyes looking to put 28 up in the first quarter, and you're going to see a lot of backups play tonight if that's the case. And quarterback keeper there may be good for a yard or two, and that's going to bring up 4th down again. And this will be the 3rd punt of the game in under 6 minutes. For Pittsburgh, and it's just got to be really frustrating for those players and coaches.
Yeah, and look at this, Jeff. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Well, I'm not sure what they're thinking here.
They look at the last punt and say, "Why not?"
This got to be a quick kick. They're going to back up and kick it.
They're going to kick this. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to back up a little bit.
And look at
and
the
Smith
football
goes
IQ
back.
of Smith.
He's going to drop back and. That's a pretty good punt that time. That's going to put the Buckeyes further back than this is the first time we've played on this side of the football field this entire game.
1st and 10 from the 30. That's certainly the best punt that they've had all night. As the best athletes got a chance to, to take the ball and drop back. But great football IQ by Devion Smith to recognize that the call came in from the sideline. As soon as he stepped back, Devion put himself in a position to get back and kick that. That's great coaching. But that's also great football IQ by the Buckeye captain and senior Devion Smith. In at running back now alongside BT.
All right, Tennyson in the shotgun. Smith goes out. They're going to dump it to him, and he's got some green grass. It depends on if he can shake some of these tackles. He does break one and gets out to the 35-yard line, maybe the 30. Yeah, they're going to say 35-yard line. So
that's just a big sweep play for the Buckeyes as they throw it out there to Devion and let his sweet feet do the talking. Picks up 5 out to the 35, and the Buckeyes once again on the attack. 3 wide to the left. Devion offset to the left side as well.
All right, here's the snap. This is what I like. I see Tennyson rolling out, and he throws a great pass complete to number 2, Jaden Griffith, and that is just a great execution. I'm going to tell you, I told Alan this in the coaches show. I wish every play was Tennyson on the roll. you know,
wait till Pleasant Grove. You're gonna see that.
He's not a pocket quarterback. I wish he was rolling every play because he's so deadly with his feet. Here's the snap, fakes the handoff, dumps one out to Marshae Spraglin. He's going to take it to the house, and nobody's going to touch him. And the Buckeyes,
it's a clinic right now, Jeff.
Yeah, looking at fixing to be 21 points. They're going to put up at least 28 in the first quarter, and you're going to see, hopefully, it's going to be a quick game tonight. I hope they run the clock tonight in the second half. But the second quarter, you're going to see a lot of substitutes come in the game. Keep those starters fresh and keep them, injury free. That's the worst thing you want to do in a game like this is get a starter hurt. You don't want to get anybody hurt, but you don't want to have injuries.
Hernandez on for the extra point. Still 4:51 left to play in the first quarter. Extra point is up and it is good. And just like that, after winning the toss and deferring, the Buckeyes up 21-0. Jeff, all they've done is go 3 and out on 3 straight possessions, take 4 plays or less to score in 3 straight possessions. It's all Buckeyes here tonight. They are locked in, and I think they're taking a big, giant step up that mountain tonight. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Hayes, Texas. Matt Darby here, and I serve as one of the pastors at New Beginnings Baptist Church in Gilmer and in Longview. Let me ask you a question. Are you looking for hope in your life right now? We believe that the answer is Jesus Christ, and every Sunday we fix our eyes on Him and we worship Jesus together. I want to invite you to one of our worship services at 8, 9:30, and 11 in Gilmer and in Longview. We'll see you there.
Back to the action here after the Buckeyes have another 3 and out and another 4-score drive. They went 70 yards. Marshae Spraglin catching that screen pass. Nobody's going to touch him. And just like that, 21-0 Buckeyes with 4:51 left in the first quarter. And the Buckeyes looking to pour it on here.
Hernandez, high pooch kick down the middle. Fumble on the ball. It's anybody's ball. And Pittsburgh looks like may have recovered it.
And I think that hit McKeon straight, and no, that was Cody Guidry that hit him straight in the chest and bounced off. Otherwise, the Buckeyes had that one. And Cody is saying, my gracious, that hit me right in the number 4. But he was looking to make the big hit and the tackle. And I've been in that situation, Jeff. It's hard to switch gears from I'm fixing to light somebody up to catch the ball. It's a tough position to be in, but Cody sure had an opportunity there as Pittsburgh, good field position, 1st and 10 from their own 35.
Pittsburgh struggling, just trying to get some yardage. They've been 3. This is their 4th possession. They're going to maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but the offense just not able to move the ball against the Buckeyes tonight at all. And you've just got to feel for the Pirates right now, who've traditionally had a pretty good football program. Just having an off year, haven't won a game yet this year, and now they face number 5 Gilmer Buckeyes coming in here. You've got to be thinking, oh man, what a headache. 4:17 left to play in the first quarter. It is 21-0. Gilmer Buckeyes leading. Here's the snap, handoff up the middle, right into a bunch of traffic, and it is going to be 3rd down once again. And this is just nearly hard to watch.
It's kind of, and hey folks, Pittsburgh's got talent now. I mean, they've got a bunch of athletes that you would like to see on our sideline in terms of how they look on the hoof. But right now, the Buckeyes have reached in and just basically just taken their heart. 21-0 with still barely under 4 minutes left in the first quarter. They're 3rd down and 9 again, and the Buckeyes another chance to get off the field.
All right. Fakes the handoff. Quarterback rolls to his left, throws downfield, and he just overthrows it. And now you're looking at 4th and 9 once again, pinned deep in their own territory, and they're going to be forced to punt for the
4th time.
Is this the 5th time?
4th time.
4th time tonight.
Already, and let's see if they don't just decide to go for it here. I mean, you're already down 21-0. The offense has not even blinked. The Buckeyes are anticipating punt here as Cody Guidry comes back in. And they're going to go for it here, Jeff. They're going to run this play. They're not going to kick.
Well, I think they're thinking they're going to score on us no matter where they start with the ball. We might as well take another shot at it. But he may still do a quick kick. Nope, they're going to send a man in motion. Low snap. He picks it up. Going to run out to his left side, and he'll be dropped immediately. Good tackle there by number 33 for the Buckeyes.
Number 33 for the Buckeyes. Yeah, that's Omero Arona, just a young sophomore running back, makes a huge open field tackle, sets the Buckeye offense up with 3:25 left in the first quarter, 1st and 10 from the Pittsburgh 36. So if it wasn't difficult enough, and watch out, Jeff, because here comes Mr. Ward, number 32, and he's already getting playing time in the first quarter as the Buckeyes have had a different running back in every series.
All right, they're going to blow. There's a flag on the play, and I think that's illegal formation. Is that what they're calling it?
Illegal shift.
Illegal
and that was
shift.
called by the back judge. Oh, no, that's against Pittsburgh.
They have too many men on the field?
They had 12 guys on the field. Now, hey, that might help.
Yeah.
12 guys on the field for Pittsburgh.
You know, honestly, right now they should just let them play with 12.
Let them
it's
go.
kind of a rough. I don't mean that to be
Tacky,
disrespectful, but all right, here's the pass. Going to dump it out to number 2, Griffin. He's going to cut up field and get a few yards before being knocked out of bounds. I think he picked up maybe 5-6 yards.
He'll take that on 1st down, Jeff. Bring up 2nd down and 5. As BT's just in a rhythm.
No, that was 9 yards.
Protecting.
That brings up 2nd and 1.
2nd and 1.
That's amazing. I didn't realize it was that far downfield. 2 receivers wide right, 2 left. 1 back in the backfield. They're going to dump another one out here to number 2. Griffin dodges one would-be tackler, knocked out of bounds at the 15-yard line, moves the chain once again. This next play, I'll bet your house they hand it to Ward.
And I might bet yours that he'll score.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know but one gear, Jeff. I love to watch Ward run the football.
He's very exciting
He's
to watch.
He's a senior.
Now they're going to send him out to the inside receiver
They're
position.
going empty. Now look up top, one-on-one, number 14, Fluellen, and look for them to target Fluellen or Mason down here at the bottom of the screen.
All right. Oh, they put it out to it was a quick pitch. I haven't seen this play this year. It's a little quick pitch to Jaden Griffin, and he gets dropped immediately by a defensive lineman for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the defensive end actually stayed home and read that, but that brings up 2nd and 15, 5-yard loss for the Buckeyes.
All right, here's the snap, fakes the handoff. Heavy pressure from the backside. Throws complete to Mason Hurt, and that'll be a 1st down for the Buckeyes.
No, Jeff, that's inside. So that's going to bring up 3rd down because it was 2nd and 15.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I didn't see the pylon down there. That's right.
3rd and 9 and probably 4-down territory regardless.
Yeah, we're doing good tonight.
Yeah,
on
2
our
minutes
down.
left in the first quarter. 21-0 Buckeyes. They've got it 3rd down. They can still get a 1st down at the 4, and they're at the 14-yard line now.
All right, BT drops back, looking for the end zone. They're tangled up. Number 12, Mason Hurt, was the intended receiver. And they're going to say, nope, that was clean. And so that's going to bring up 4th and 8 from the 14. They're going to bring in the field goal unit.
Yeah, so Coach Metzel's going to take advantage on 4th down and 9.
Get a little practice for a
get a
field
little
goal
practice
unit
on the field
and
goal.
not run the score up.
Exactly. Although I'm sure BT would like to have that one back. He's got his favorite target in the end zone. That also probably could have been a flag, but that's probably the best call.
Kick is up.
And it's good.
And it's good. And we'll be right back after these messages.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Back to the action here as the Buckeyes once again score on 4 straight possessions. This time it is a field goal from Hernandez. That is a 29-yard variety. 24-0 Buckeyes. We're still in the first quarter with 1 minute and 47 seconds left. And the Buckeyes so far, Jeff, have accomplished the goal of starting out and having a first quarter for sure. Let's see if they can stay consistent and not have a let-up. It's hard to say that when you got a half-empty stadium, it's 24-0, and you've come out here just like a buzzsaw. Everything that could happen correctly for the Buckeyes outside of one penalty has happened. You know, let's see if the Buckeyes can maintain this intensity and finish out the first half.
All right, here's the kickoff. It's going to be high and hit the turf, and the Buckeyes are going to pick it up. The ball's loose. That's a live ball. We saw this last week against Spring Hill, who didn't cover it.
And we got it. We got it.
And you just said, I still think we're going to get a turnover and have a 30-point quarter. Here we are. So that's a little prophetic on your part, Todd. I kind of thought you were full of it, but I thought, okay, well, that's good. But, hey, from your lips to God's ears, right? So Buckeyes recover. Again, guess what? On the 14, where we were a while ago.
we get a second shot at it.
We get a second chance. And so we saw that same thing happen. The ball checked up. They thought it was going to bounce out of bounds. Last week, Spring Hill thought it was going to bounce in the end zone. Handoff, 24, Choice, and good tackle there on Choice, who's not easy to bring down.
Now they slanted right to that, and that's just a great defensive call for a 2-yard loss. Choice manages to get by one guy, but there were 2 more slanting right in the same direction. And I think the defensive coordinator just kind of guessed right on that play. Brings up 2nd and 12 now for the Buckeyes.
All right, Choice the back. Tennyson steps up, looking at the pass, got a man open.
What a throw. My
14.
gracious. My goodness.
Touchdown.
Let me tell you, Coach Traylor, if you are watching this game at UTSA, there's your future quarterback right there. As BT reads that one, he's pleased with himself, Jeff, and that should be, because that is a play on Saturday's read. That's a play on Saturday's throw. And number 14 breaks off his route, and Dylan Fluellen executes it. That is as good as it gets at the high school level right there, Jeff. That's a wow play.
Well executed. And Todd, I'd like to make another observation. Is it me, or has Choice gotten even bigger?
Yeah, he's huge.
This guy is like in perpetual growth mode. He is enormous. Kick is up and good. And we'll be right back after these messages from our fine sponsors.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second-guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Goddard & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Goddard & Young.
And Jeff, we're back to the action here as the Buckeyes, with 1 minute and 13 seconds left in the first quarter.
Repeat what you just said for our listening audience.
The Buckeyes are on a 104-point pace for this game. They've scored 31 points in, right now, less than 12 or less than 11 minutes. In 10 minutes and 47 seconds, the Buckeyes have put up 31 points. This is now the 5th time that the Buckeyes are kicking off in the first quarter. It's now the 6th time, with the opening kickoff.
And if you're talking about 31 points a quarter, you need to redo your math and look at it again.
Yeah, 124. Sorry.
124. 124. Fielded on the 8. Going to get a return up the middle. Finds a lane. Best return of the night for Pittsburgh, out across the 30 to the 34-yard line. And so Pittsburgh's going to take over with some of their best field position of the evening.
Yeah, and so far they've only run basically 12 plays so far in this entire first quarter, Jeff, is it's been 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, and 3 and out. And yes, you are correct. 31 points times 4 quarters is actually 124 points.
Miss Murphy was just shaking her head.
Yeah, she was. Well, Miss Murphy, I graduated at Harmony. Thank you very much. Me and Coach Metzel.
She wasn't responsible.
Can't do math.
2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right, 1 back in the backfield. Let's see if Spring Hill can even, Pittsburgh grab a first down. Around the left side, he does. And down the sideline and headed to the house, and finally brought down at the 25-yard line. And Pittsburgh, for the first time tonight, has something to celebrate.
Yeah, that's the biggest play of the game for Pittsburgh by far. An outside linebacker, Omero Arona, Arona, number 33, saved that touchdown and allowed number 3, Smith, to be able to catch him from behind. But they are in scoring position now, Pittsburgh. 1st and 10 inside the Buckeye 25.
Okay, it's going to be a halfback pass. They're going to launch one to the corner of the end zone. And great defense there by number 4, Cody Guidry, who stays with his man, does a great job. I thought it was going to get over him, but he went up and grabbed a hold of the ball and does a great job. That's the 2nd time tonight he's batted one down.
Yeah, he read it all the way, and he's outmatched in terms of size there by about a foot. and that's not unusual, but Cody is a great athlete, and he gets that vertical going and knocks that away. But for Pittsburgh, they're going for the jugular, Jeff. They're going to try to score here. This is the best position they've been in all night.
All right, quarterback keeper up the middle. He's got a little bit of gap, and he gets inside the 15. And by far, best field position tonight so far for the Pirates.
In the red zone now. Third down, let's call it 2 yards to go. Best athlete that they have on the team, Jeff, is their quarterback. That's number 8, McCain. He's also the linebacker that is so good. But you saw him on the return, and you saw that get in the corner there. You see that Pittsburgh's got talent and Pittsburgh's got speed. And the Buckeyes have just kept it bottled up so far. Let's see if they can make a big play here on third down.
All right, quick pitch inside, and it is sucked up instantly. And let's see who that was. I can't see. Number 7, Tristan McCann, made the tackle there.
So great. I mean,
he has really had a good year.
Fourth down, Pittsburgh takes the timeout. 4th and 1. Let's see if the black flag can make a stand here. Obviously, Pittsburgh's going to go for it here, Jeff. That's going to be the end of the first quarter. So we will recognize a few of our great sponsors, and we'll make a couple of announcements and come right back after these messages.
Extra, extra. Read all about tonight's game in Thursday's Gilmer Mirror, complete with pictures, coaches' comments, and a look at next week's opponent. The Gilmer Mirror has been serving the citizens of Upshur County since 1877. You know, reading the news online is fine, but there is nothing like physically picking up your hometown paper, turning the pages, and catching up on everything going on in our area. If you're not subscribing to the Gilmer Mirror, you're probably missing out. It's one of my favorite publications, and I know you'll love it too. The Gilmer Mirror, www.gilmermirror.com.
Back to the action here as we start the second quarter. Buckeyes up 31-0. Huge 4th down and 1 to go for Pittsburgh from the Gilmer 14-yard line. Want to have a couple of shout-outs here at this first quarter break. First to Russ Green over at the Gilmer Mirror. Russ having some surgery. Russ, we're thinking about you, praying for you, and your Buckeyes are sure showing up for you. Also, former head coach of the Buckeyes, Darrell Bush. He's doing a lot better since last week down in Houston. Special shout-out to Coach Bush.
All right, here it is, 4th down. Rolling back, look at the pass, intercepted. Number 3, Smith, on the interception for the Buckeyes.
And they are turned away by the black flag. The big senior, Devion Smith, coming up with the interception. And he and Brandon Tennyson showing off their vertical leap, but don't hurt the quarterback, please. Remind me to talk to Devion about that. That's that team captain thing. I know the chest bump is great, and you got a great vertical, but just not with the quarterback. Thank you. 1st and 10 Buckeyes, 11:52 left, and then plenty of green grass in front of them, Jeff, to add some more to this ridiculous total in the first quarter.
All right, handoff first time tonight to Ward, and look at this. Should have been down, refuses to, and gets about 5 yards where there should have been none, and that is the kind of runner he is.
Yeah, that's going to be a flag down that was thrown by the referee. Normally that is in the area of a holding penalty, and we will see. Yeah, that's holding against the Buckeyes, so that's going to back them up 10 from the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up 2nd and 20 now. Only the second penalty of the game, Jeff, but that was one that unfortunately is done right in front of the referee. They're going to catch you every time when you get that hand out to the outside. And but like you said, Jeff, great run there by Ward. And I think in this drive he's going to have plenty more opportunities to carry the ball.
Gilmer band sounds great tonight. They have been, really playing all night long. And Tennyson's going to hang on to it and get back out to the 15-yard line. Gain of a 1 or 2.
It's going to bring up 2nd down and about 17 now after that holding penalty on 1st down. And BT was just one step away there from breaking one himself as he saw a little seam, but that's a big and talented number 72 and number 33 there for Pittsburgh. Both those guys about 6'3", 6'4", well over 200 pounds.
All right, Tennyson got the ball, dumps it out to Ward down the right sideline, breaks tackles, cutting upfield, getting behind blockers, throws the stiff arm, big first down. Big first down, out across the 40 to the 43.
Now letting them play a little bit there is Pittsburgh getting a little frustrated and physical, but Mr. Ward's not somebody that's going to be intimidated, Jeff. He is a fire plug, and he will go toe-to-toe with anybody at any time in any place. He is as hard-nosed as the Buckeyes have, as your son can attest to.
Yeah, he knows. All right, from the shotgun, here's Tennyson. They're going to hand it to Ward on the left side. Cuts back to the middle, and they are going to take him down. And he will lose
maybe a yard with forward progress.
Maybe a yard.
As with a 31-0 lead at the end of the first quarter, Coach Metzel obviously, and Coach Brody next door to us, very comfortable running the football here, but they may force him to throw it.
All right, number 12, inside route. That was Mason Hurt, and he's going to be good for about 5 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 5 for the Buckeyes at the 48-yard line.
Just a little bit slow to develop on that play, Jeff, in terms of the screen pass. It's to the short side of the field, so it takes a little while just to get that set up, and just maybe a half step late. Otherwise, that may break for a big one too.
All right, here's the pass. Good defense there by Pittsburg to knock it down, and that's going to bring up 4th and 5 on the 48. It'll be interesting to see what the Buckeyes decide to do here. I say they'll go for it.
Yeah, I think they will. No question that it's 4th down territory, and just an opportunity to work and get a chance to convert here on a 4th down play. As Cody Guidry jogs down and says, Coach, are we punting it? And Coach Metzel sends him back down to the defensive side of the field. We've got a timeout by Pittsburgh here, and we will take a timeout as well, Jeff. Recognize some of our great sponsors right after this.
Because of investments in our surrounding infrastructure, eTex offers advanced improvements in internet connections, service experience, and quality of life for our customers. The driving force for eTex has been to create a state-of-the-art company using both the latest technology and local expert technicians, people you know. And best of all, a certified support team that delivers quality support within hours, not days. eTex, local support from the team you trust.
Back to the action here as Pittsburgh comes out of a timeout. We also want to recognize, courtesy of Coach Metzel, our Scout Team Players of the Week. On offense, it is Mr. Erie Nelson, and on defense, Mr. Sergio Escobar. We appreciate those guys. We couldn't do what we do without those Scout Team guys. Their selfless actions, and that is a big part of everything here in Gilmer, Texas. We appreciate our Scout Team Players of the Week.
All right, here's the snap on 4th down. Launches one downfield. What a call. And he is able to reel it in.
My goodness.
That is number 6, Marche Spraglin. And who launches a go route on 4th and 5?
Alan Metzel.
Alan Metzel. I'm going to ask him about that. What were you thinking? That's supposed to be 5 and out,
he's
right?
Thinking, hey, 3 things that can happen: a catch, a pass interference,
or
an interception.
A punt. Or it's the same as a punt, yeah. All right, handoff around the right side to Ward, and again they stuff Ward, stop his forward momentum. No gain on the play.
What
Maybe
a catch
yard
there by Spraglin, and honestly, what a throw by Brandon Tennyson from the opposite hash. He drops that one in as it fell out of the sky. That's called dropping it in the bucket. There is a special art to doing that. Thank you, Coach Stump Godfrey, working with him all summer long. That was a thing of beauty right there.
All right, here's the snap. Hands off to Ward. Ward breaks 1 tackle inside the 10. Clock continues to tick. 8:50 left to play in the second quarter. Gilmer leads 31-0.
Looking to make it even more, Jeff, as it's been a long time since we've seen a 40-point first half, but it's also been forever since you saw a 30-point first quarter. And the Buckeyes answered the bell and pretty much done everything right all night here tonight.
Quarterback draw, and he gets back to the 10.
That's good coverage. That's actually a good read by Brandon Tennyson right there. He wanted to go out to number 6, Marche Spraglin, and we're going to have a wholesale change to come in as that was 3rd down. Now it's going to bring up 4th down, and once again the Buckeyes are going to attempt a field goal here. So conservative play call, well covered by Pittsburgh with Spraglin. BT does a good job and saves points. And that is great calibers. We got offsides here, which is going to give us a first down, Jeff, if that is offsides.
And that's really not what
not what Allen wanted.
Allen is actually trying to be a gentleman here, and he could easily punch this in for a touchdown. He chooses not to. He goes for the kick.
Well,
they're going to call it against Gilmer. That's going to be illegal procedure against. We saw the defender jump across the line.
Yeah, and
they're going to say he was drawn.
Yeah, the odd thing is that there's not a line judge on the other side, Jeff. You may notice that. This crew is not playing with the full deck, although the referee probably saw that. He is actually backing up Hernandez, who's still going to attempt this. This is a 32-yard field goal attempt.
Well, Hernandez got plenty of leg to get to 32 easy.
For Guidry in on the hold.
See how this works out. There's the kick. It's up and
good.
And so we'll be right back. That puts the 7:35. That puts Gilmer at 34. Pittsburgh 0. We'll be right back.
Growing up as a child in East Texas, I was always taught that I had to outwork my opponent. That same principle has carried over into our law firm. And for over 20 years, we've outworked each and every insurance company, lawyer, or corporation we've gone against. If you look at our results, they prove it. Put us to work for you, and we promise to never stray from the same East Texas work ethic that you were raised on.
Back to Pittsburgh. 7:35 left to play in the first half. Gilmer leads 34-0 in what has been a blowout game so far, completely one-sided in favor of the Gilmer Buckeyes. So here we are.
Jeff, if we still got people up on the square, next week, the week after, and the week after, as long as the Buckeyes play like this in the first half, we're going to have the hullabaloo on the square. Don't call me superstitious, but whoever Mr. Hayden had planned and pulled this off, we may have almost Jamboree every week until December 16th and watch the game on the square. Great job, guys. Appreciate you guys.
All right, fair catch on the 34. So Spring Hill's going to come out once again and try to get something going offensively. They've really only had a couple of plays tonight that were noteworthy. They have just really struggled against this black flag defense. And now pinned 1st and 10 on their own 34. We'll see what they come up with. We've had one interception tonight so far. Rowan Fluellen hasn't had an opportunity tonight to pick anything off, but believe me, he's looking for it. And look at the Buckeyes secondary coming up, playing man. And that is going to be a penalty marked off against Pittsburgh. That's a false start. That'll cost them 5 yards. Repeat first down.
That's probably a good thing because number 10, Luke Watson, had that one dialed up. That was going to be a quick pass out to the number 4, the back in the backfield. Here he goes again. And watch Luke Watson on this.
Quarterback keeper. Luke forces it inside. The linebackers get there. Defensive line, Matt Burton there, along with 5 of his best buddies.
Yeah, and you see Matt Burton's
coming out, kind of dangling his arm there.
Yes, he kind of got kicked in the arm by the quarterback there, and I hope that he is okay, as he is an absolutely essential part of this defense, and hopefully that's just a stinger.
Yeah, I think he got a stinger. Quick pass complete by Pittsburgh. That's going to be good for about 5 yards.
So 3rd down once again for Pittsburgh, who have only had 2 first downs in this entire game. Most of their offense, Jeff, has come off of one play here in the first half. 6:52 left to play. 34-0 Buckeyes lead with another opportunity with the ball inside Pittsburgh territory to get off the field on 3rd down. And, Jeff, they've been absolutely spectacular tonight so far, getting off the field with this money down. And let's see if they can pull it off again here. And without Matt Burton in the lineup, trying to get some pressure on the quarterback.
All right, here's the snap. Quarterback dials it in. Oh, missed him. And that's going to be a big first down there by
Trey Fluellen just got caught on the wrong foot. He's tapping his chest and saying, that's my fault, as he was going to look to undercut that route and go for the interception, which he had the coverage. He just got caught on his right foot, and that was a well-thrown ball by the quarterback. That's the 2nd first down of the evening into Buckeye territory. 1st and 10 now from the Buckeye.
I don't think Dylan's even going to mind that you gave Trey credit for that blown call.
Excuse me, Trey. But
almost intercepted there by Griffin. Now, he doesn't mind. If he wants his name straight on a touchdown, but if he blows the coverage, you can blame Trey all you want.
Well, Trey Fluellen, if you're listening tonight, all-conference defensive back at Houston Baptist, and let me tell you, that Big Brother Fluellen is going to have an opportunity to play on Sundays like Big Brother Chris Boyd and Big Brother Blake Lynch, who are both with the Minnesota Vikings right now, Jeff. He's got that kind of talent, but obviously a deep gene pool. But, yes, that was Dillon on that coverage.
All right, handoff at the middle for Pittsburgh, and that's going to be dropped for a loss of yard. My understanding was that Blake was cut. Is that not accurate?
Yeah, well, he is still eligible for practice squad, so officially he's still a member of the Minnesota Vikings for this season until somebody picks him up.
Okay, I got you. Well, we wish him all the best. We want those Buckeyes to continue to do well.
And he was one of the best we've ever had.
He is a good one. Here's the pass by Pittsburgh, and that's just overthrown. That was wide open and just not able to dial it in.
It's going to bring up 4th down and 10, and Pittsburgh, I think, won't hesitate to go for it. That was one of the few times that in coverage there that Pittsburgh had somebody open. And to your point, just missed them as they look like they are going to bring on the punter here. Devion Smith's going to be deep for the Buckeyes to return this punt. 5:30 left to play here in the first half. Buckeyes up 34-0. It has been an absolute clinic. Now Devion's going to come up, and Dillon is going to go back deep.
All right, they're going to punt it. Nice punt there by Pittsburgh. Takes a Pittsburgh bounce, and that's going to be around the 17-yard line. So Gilmer comes in 1st and 10 on the 17 with 5:21 left to play. Let's see how fast the Buckeyes can move the ball down the field.
Well, Jeff, the Buckeyes have scored on every single possession they've had tonight. 2 field goals. The rest have been touchdowns. They are, to your point, the worst field position that they've had, starting at their own 16. There is 84 yards between them and a 40-point first half for the first time, really, Jeff, in a decade.
All right, here's the snap. Pass is dropped. That pass was intended for Jaden Griffin.
And that's actually a great drop there by Jaden because he would have lost 3 yards. So I'm going to give him credit for recognizing that and letting that slip out of bounds, as that's well read just on an outside screen pass to the wide side. As that's going to bring up 2nd and 10 versus 2nd and 14. That heads up play by Jaden there. And you notice, Jeff, it's just really sharp tonight offensively for the Buckeyes.
All right, they send Smith out to the wide out position, and that's a flag on the play.
And that's going to drive Coach Metzel crazy as we've got a flag and we've got a legal procedure there on the left side of the line.
That's what they've been talking about. They want to work on that.
So I don't know if this will change the play with 5 wide, but it does change it to 2nd down and 15 now, back to the 11-yard line. No huddle, they go right back to the same play, Jeff.
Here's the snap. Tennyson under pressure. Pass intended for Smith just outside his reach, and that is going to bring up 3rd and 15.
And now the Buckeyes are going to have to throw it to keep this drive going. And you notice the coverage a little bit different now, where they've got what's called a cover 4. You got 4 safeties back here, basically 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. And why the Buckeyes will go 5 wide, 3 to the left side now, to the wide side. And let's see if the Buckeyes can convert here.
All right, Tennyson, plenty of time. Dumps one to Dylan Fluellen down the sideline. Going to be short of the first down, bring up 4th and short.
And the Buckeyes are going to punt this, Jeff, for the first time here tonight with 4:59 left. Not exactly the way that Coach Metzel wanted to see that possession go, simply because there was penalties on our side. And that is kind of what Coach Metzel's coaching up now on the left side down there with some of the backs.
Well, we got a lot of substitutions in the game, you know, and these guys get in a rhythm together.
And watch out for the return here. This is going to be a rugby-style punt, and that's something that with this bounce, first time forever, it bounces back.
Yeah, it takes a Pittsburgh bounce. That ball is going to be spotted on the 48-yard line of the Buckeyes. So best field position of the night, starting position for the Pittsburgh Pirates tonight with 4:19 left to play in the first half.
Yeah, lots of coaching going on, Jeff, on the sidelines right now. As you see lots of substitutes, as you say, Jeff, but Coach Metzel doesn't want to see any fall off. I mean, you got to be too deep at every position when you're playing at a championship level. And so far, you know, the first half, this Buckeyes team has put up together a clinic. And now what they don't want to do is have a fall off. Just no mental lapses. You saw penalties on that last offensive possession. As you said, Jeff, the goal wasn't just to have a great first quarter. The goal was to have 4 quarters.
All right, Pittsburgh in trouble, throws it up and out of bounds. That was a wise thing to do there by the quarterback for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, good pressure. Kiki Johnson had good coverage there on the tight end out of the backfield. That's a play that has not been covered well, especially not in the Carthage game. You saw them hit that big number 11 multiple times to move the chains. That's the same play that Pittsburgh went to. Kiki Johnson had good coverage on that play.
All right, here's the snap, fakes the handoff, under pressure, quarterback forced out of the pocket, and he's going to have to throw another one away.
And once again, good pressure. 2 quick plays for Pittsburgh, stops the clock, so we still have 4 minutes and 7 seconds left here, and the Buckeyes with another 3rd down and long opportunity. They've been able to get good pressure, Jeff, and Matt Burton is still over here on the sideline, and Miss Shelley's working on him and seeing if that's an elbow or a shoulder. And for right now, I'm content to watch Matt just sit there on the bench and sit on the sidelines and let his brethren get some reps here.
All right, quarterback, heavy pressure, and he is just smoked.
That is number 33. That's the young sophomore who's had a huge game already. That's Amaro Arona.
And he can hit you.
And he just did.
And I mean, when he brings it, he brings it.
Yeah, that is about an 8-yard loss, and that is going to force Pittsburgh into a punting situation. The Buckeyes
4th and 6
will get the ball back. And, Jeff, an opportunity to work on closing the half here. Up 34-0. I know that sounds a little bit ridiculous for Buckeye fans saying, what do you mean close the half? Here's an opportunity to work at a championship level, Jeff, on execution. In a situation where you're going to need to go execute later on in the season. And glad to see the Buckeyes get this opportunity, as that's going to bounce up to Cody Guidry. He's going to get a return.
Cody Guidry's
he's
got some field on the left side, across midfield and out of bounds. And Buckeyes are going to take over right at midfield, 1st and 10, with plenty of time. 3:18 left on the clock to get one more score on the board before half. And again, we've got looking at all the players that we have on the field, and we've got Luke Watson out wide, playing wide out. Jaden Griffith. Got a fumble on the play. Smith picks it up, cuts out to the left side. Lots of grass. Cuts upfield and nearly gets his head knocked off as he gets down out across to the 44. So what could have been a dramatic loss of yards ended up being a gain of 8. That'll bring up 2nd and 2 from the 44.
Yeah, bad snap on that play. First time we've really said that all night. A couple of them, BT's done a good job fielding those, but that's another point that the Buckeyes want to work on.
Good snap this time. Quick pass for a 1st down to Hernandez.
Second pass of the night that he's caught, Jeff. Second time they moved the chains. Once again, that exact same play, this time to the short side of the field. Hernandez from his slot position, that's really a flex tight end position. He just runs 10 yards down the field and turns around and finds a soft spot in the zone. BT finds him and puts it right between the 2 and the 0, and just like that, 1st down Buckeyes at the Pittsburgh 38. BT making that one look a little bit easier than it really is because he's got pressure there as well.
All right, here's the snap. BT pump fakes, goes downfield looking for the score. Touchdown and a flag.
Luke
Watson reels it in after getting completely violated on that play and was able to hold on to it for the Buckeye score.
What a throw by BT.
And what a great catch by Luke Watson.
Yeah, Luke had his man beat on that double move, and Luke gets on the board with a receiving touchdown, and this is going to go to 40 points in the first half, Jeff. It has been a long time since you have seen a first half executed as well as you've seen it here with the Buckeyes tonight. This, honestly, Jeff, this could be a lot worse than it really is. Remember, Coach Metzel being a gentleman with the extra point up and good. 41-0.
He kicked 2 field goals. He could have, scored, and And then obviously trying to get everybody some playing time and substitutes. You're exactly right. This could be 60 points right now. Pittsburgh just really having a rough year. 2:18 left to play in the first half. Gilmer 41, Pittsburgh 0. We'll be right back after these messages.
120 years ago, First National Bank of Gilmer opened its doors to meet the needs of its customers. Through the years, we added other names to our banking family. Now, we're proudly unified under a single name, First National Bank of East Texas, because together, we're better for you, your families, your businesses, and our communities. We're the same great bank with the same great people and services you can depend on. First National Bank of East Texas. Together, we're better.
.56 seconds left, and I'm not sure how Allen will handle that. I'm sure he'll just do a run and then let the clock, expire.
Well, they'll punt here as Dylan Fluellen's going to stand right in the middle of the emblem at the 50-yard line to receive this punt. 56 seconds and all 3 timeouts. Probably in the first half, I would expect Coach Metzel to go ahead and work the situation here. And it's a terrible punt that the Buckeyes get away from.
Not even, it takes a Gilmer bounce after not even getting to midfield. So Buckeyes are going to take over with 49 seconds left on the clock at the Pirates' 45-yard line. And they've got Guidry in, it looks like, at running back. And
Kiki Johnson in on the slot. Still got Dylan and Mace in at the outside receivers, which is a nightmare matchup for anybody, including Carthage. But a little deep set here from Dylan. See what's going on.
All right, here's the snap. Handoff. Dylan Fluellen around the right side. And he is going to be knocked down after a gain of maybe 1.
Yeah, there's your answer, is they're going to run probably one more play here, and that'll be it. Coach Metzel, a little bit too much of a gentleman at 41-0. Seen everything he needs to see, evidently, in the first half. As they're going to keep it on the ground here, and let's see if we can get Mason on sides.
I think he's just going to be content to let the clock expire here and take it in at halftime. He's not going to.
Yeah, there's
basically try to rub it in.
There's a half a second between the play clock and the game clock, and Coach Metzel is saying, "Hey, we're going to call that a half.
Take it in.
Let's go. We're going to take that in at halftime." That is a very sportsmanlike thing to do with Coach Metzel. And folks, we called it at the top of the show. Can the Buckeyes come out and put 4 quarters together? Well, they're halfway home, 41-0. You can't do much more than the Buckeyes have done to start this game. We'll come back with the Buckeye Band and the Buckeye Stars right after these messages and your halftime show.
Winningham Chevrolet is proud to support the Gilmer Buckeyes. Don't miss out on the 15% savings on the 2020 Blazer, Equinox, and Trax. And remember, our service department is now open Saturday 8 to 12. Stop by and see Jay, Roger, and Lindsay at Winningham Chevrolet. The Med Shop Pharmacy in Gilmer's features a drive-through pharmacy for all your prescription and over-the-counter drug needs. Place refills using our free phone app RX2Go or use our convenient auto refill line 24/7 at 903-680-2626. Stop by and see our unique gift items for all occasions, or visit us on the web at gilmermedshop.com. And don't forget, the Med Shop is your flu shot and vaccine headquarters for the fall and winter season. The Med Shop Pharmacy, your friendly hometown pharmacy. The Buckeye Nation would like to congratulate the Lady Buckeyes volleyball team, which is currently ranked number 15 in the state and is now 19-4 on the season after sweeping the Pittsburg Lady Pirates prior to tonight's football game. Please join us at the Buckeye Gym this coming Tuesday, October 20th for senior night and support our Lady Buckeyes.
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
Hey, East Texas, Matt Darby here, and I serve as one of the pastors at New Beginnings Baptist Church in Gilmer and in Longview. Let me ask you a question. Are you looking for hope in your life right now? We believe that the answer is Jesus Christ, and every Sunday we fix our eyes on Him and we worship Jesus together. I want to invite you to one of our worship services at 8, 9:30, and 11 in Gilmer and in Longview. We'll see you there.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the award-winning Gilmer High School Stars Drill Team, directed by Donna Lane and Lauren Murray. Officers from left to right are Emma Warden, Jr., Lady Drake, Jr., Sarah Warden, Jr., Tiffany Wilson, Jr., and Skylar Ford, Sr. Star of the week is Esmeralda Cuellar. The stars perform a streamer jazz routine to Give Me Everything. now we feature our GHS majorettes as they perform a dazzling routine to Confident.
Maddie. You're not hungry at all? Are you sure?
Gilmer Band Majorettes.
Bring that to me. Bring that to me. I don't care. I'm cheap. Just give me a napkin. Well, I'm just going to shake it off.
The Buckeye Band marches in traditional American military style under the field command of Drum Major Jalen Wilkerson and feature drummer Hannah Threadgill. The band steps off to Invictus March by K.L. King and Queen City March by Moore.
But it was like smaller than so he's supposed to do that and I didn't know. And then I thought he was I wanted to have a it was like I invited I would go pay.
the Gilmer High School Buckeye Band. The Gilmer High School Band is directed by Aaron.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Godarzi & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Godarzi & Young.
Extra, extra! Read all about tonight's game in Thursday's Gilmer Mirror, complete with pictures, coaches' comments, and a look at next week's opponent. The Gilmer Mirror has been serving the citizens of Upshur County since 1877. You know, reading the news online is fine, but there is nothing like physically picking up your hometown paper, turning the pages, and catching up on everything going on in our area. If you're not subscribing to the Gilmer Mirror, you're probably missing out. It's one of my favorite publications, and I know you'll love it too. The Gilmer Mirror, www.gilmermirror.com.
Because of investments in our surrounding infrastructure, eTex offers advanced improvements in internet connections, service experience, and quality of life for our customers. The driving force for eTex has been to create a state-of-the-art company using both the latest technology and local expert technicians, people you know. And best of all, a certified support team that delivers quality support within hours, not days. eTex, local support from the team you trust.
Growing up as a child in East Texas, I was always taught that I had to outwork my opponent. That same principle has carried over into our law firm. And for over 20 years, we've outworked each and every insurance company, lawyer, or corporation we've gone against. If you look at our results, they prove it. Put us to work for you, and we promise to never stray from the same East Texas work ethic that you were raised on.
120 years ago, First National Bank of Gilmer opened its doors to meet the needs of its customers. Through the years, we added other names to our banking family. Now, we're proudly unified under a single name, First National Bank of East Texas, because together, we're better for you, your families, your businesses, and our communities. We're the same great bank with the same great people and services you can depend on. First National Bank of East Texas. Together, we're better.
Winningham Chevrolet is proud to support the Gilmer Buckeyes. Don't miss out on the 15% savings on the 2020 Blazer, Equinox, and Trax. And remember, our service department is now open Saturday 8 to 12. Stop by and see Jay, Roger, and Lindsay at Winningham Chevrolet. The Med Shop Pharmacy in Gilmer's features a drive-through pharmacy for all your prescription and over-the-counter drug needs. Place refills using our free phone app RX2Go or use our convenient auto refill line 24/7 at 903-680-2626. Stop by and see our unique gift items for all occasions or visit us on the web at gilmermedshop.com. And don't forget, the Med Shop is your flu shot and vaccine headquarters for the fall and winter season. The Med Shop Pharmacy, your friendly hometown pharmacy. The Buckeye Nation would like to congratulate the Lady Buckeyes volleyball team, which is currently ranked number 15 in the state and is now 19-4 on the season after sweeping the Pittsburg Lady Pirates prior to tonight's football game. Please join us at the Buckeye Gym this coming Tuesday, October 20th for senior night and support our Lady Buckeyes.
2-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzy and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
Hey, East Texas, Matt Darby here, and I serve as one of the pastors at New Beginnings Baptist Church in Gilmer and in Longview. Let me ask you a question. Are you looking for hope in your life right now? We believe that the answer is Jesus Christ, and every Sunday we fix our eyes on Him and we worship Jesus together. I want to invite you to one of our worship services at 8, 9:30, and 11 in Gilmer and in Longview. We'll see you there.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second-guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Godarzy & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Godarzy & Young.
Extra, extra! Read all about tonight's game in Thursday's Gilmer Mirror, complete with pictures, coaches' comments, and a look at next week's opponent. The Gilmer Mirror has been serving the citizens of Upshur County since 1877. You know, reading the news online is fine, but there is nothing like physically picking up your hometown paper, turning the pages, and catching up on everything going on in our area. If you're not subscribing to the Gilmer Mirror, you're probably missing out. It's one of my favorite publications, and I know you'll love it too. The Gilmer Mirror, www.gilmermirror.com.
Because of investments in our surrounding infrastructure, eTex offers advanced improvements in internet connections, service experience, and quality of life for our customers. The driving force for eTex has been to create a state-of-the-art company using both the latest technology and local expert technicians, people you know. And best of all, a certified support team that delivers quality support within hours, not days. eTex, local support from the team you trust.
All right, folks, we're back to the action here in Pittsburg, Texas, as the Gilmer Buckeyes lead the Pittsburg Pirates 41-0. And Todd, would you like to hear some statistics?
Well, I have a feeling these are going to be pretty ridiculous, Jeff, but lay them on me because I need to hear some good news, and I think that stat sheet has got a lot for Buckeye fans.
Well, that is correct. First downs, Gilmer has 13 first downs, Pittsburg has 2. Rushing attempts tonight, we haven't actually run the ball very well tonight. 13 carries for 29 yards. They've done a good job because they're piling like 14 people in the box up front. Exactly. They're trying to stop the run, but they've given up the pass, as we'll talk about here in just a minute. So Gilmer has 13 runs for 29 yards. Pittsburg has 15 attempts for 53 yards, and about 48 of those came on one run. Gilmer has really shut down the run and pass tonight for Pittsburg. Passing yards, net yards for Gilmer, 306 yards against Pittsburgh's 27.
Wow.
335 total offensive yards in the first half compared to Pittsburgh's 8. Penalties, not bad. 4 for 25 for Gilmer, 2 for 10 for Pittsburgh. And the time of possession has been equal, 12:48 to 11:12 for Pittsburgh. So the only thing even on that sheet is the time of possession.
Yeah, and it's certainly not even, Jeff, on the scoreboard, as we're going to receive this kick after winning the toss initially and deferring to the second half, 41-0. Jeff, let's just hope that we can have a fast second half here for a lot of reasons. This is quality time for the Buckeyes here to focus and try to get these 4 quarters in and really play quality football. You'd like to see them get a decent return here, come out and score quickly, and then encourage the guys over in that other press box over there to run some clock here and get us back to Gilmer.
Yeah, I'd like to see an early night tonight. Fair catch by number 12, Mason Hurt, on the 33-yard line. So Gilmer's coming in 1st and 10 on their 33-yard line, and I would anticipate within the next quarter or so we're probably going to get to see Parker Gilo come in at quarterback.
Yeah, I would anticipate that as well, as Brandon Tennyson for the time being is going to be in with the first team unit. Once again, Coach Metzel working on that 4-quarter approach here. 1st and 10, good field position. Let's see if the Buckeyes can put it on the scoreboard very quickly here to start the second half.
All right, here comes the snap. That opens up the 3rd quarter of play. Rolling to his right side, pass complete to number 12, Mason Hurt, who's knocked out of bounds right around close to the first down marker.
Great play there by BT. That's exactly how you draw it up. You flood the zone. You put a guy in and put one more guy in the zone than they can cover. You find the open man. You pick up 8 yards on the first down, and BT just making that look easy. That's fundamentally good, sound football by the Buckeyes.
All right, there's the snap. Handoff, number 3, Smith, around the left side. And Smith going to be real close to that first down marker.
He ran a long way and really punished the defender out there. And that's going to be maybe a half a yard short as the defender gets up. That's their quarterback, Jeff. That's number 8. And he takes a seat on the sideline after Davion puts his shoulder down. And the Buckeyes got to move the chains here.
And again, handoff to Smith. Cuts it upfield, and he gets the first down up to close to midfield. Going to go down on the 48-yard line. And Buckeyes probably going to focus on keeping the ball on the ground as much as possible.
Despite having 6 guys, 7 guys in the box, Pittsburgh all night, you talked about it, Jeff, is daring the Buckeyes to throw the football. But that's just a great run by Davion Smith to move the chains.
All right, they're going to do a quick pass to Smith on the right side, and he goes out of bounds.
BT taking what the defense gives him, playing quickly. A lot of limping around and kind of slow to get up Pittsburgh Pirates, as you would kind of expect. But the Buckeyes are not going to slow down, Jeff. They're going to put the pedal to the metal here. 2nd down and 4 into Pirate territory.
All right, they'll probably keep it on the ground again. They do. They hand it to Smith, and he finds a seam, picks up the first down out across the 40, and they're trying to just keep the clock moving.
That's good patience there by Smith. And, Jeff, to your point, Coach Metzel going out of his way right now to try to keep this one on the ground and the clock running.
Well, and the Pittsburgh side not running the clock tonight, as you might expect. Handoff again to Smith up the middle, and he springs out of there, gets down around the 31-yard line, close to the first down marker again, and Buckeyes just moving the ball on the ground.
Jeff, you just talked about it in the first half. Just an embarrassment of riches at the running back position. Davion's got the speed. Obviously, he's going to get a chance to play on Saturdays, but he's also got great vision and great patience there. Picks up 8 yards on first down against the 7-man front. That's as good as it gets.
All right, they're going to throw the ball, and that is going to be complete. I believe that was that number 15?
Yeah, that's 15 for the Buckeyes. That is...
that's Tyler Watkins, who's playing inside receiver and fullback. I think he came out of the fullback position right there to catch that pass.
Same play you've seen caught twice for first downs with Hernandez so far, just sitting down in the zone there, and BT reading that well.
Handoff number 3 once again, Davion Smith, and he is going to be good for a few yards, maybe 3. We'll call that 2nd and 7.
Into the red zone. Is a very methodical Buckeye drive here to start this second half, as Brandon Tennyson just distributing the football, executing the offense, taking care of the ball, and the Buckeyes driving.
All right, handoff around the right side. Number 2, Jaden Griffin, nearly a fumble. They're trying to strip the ball there, and he did a good job holding on to it, but maybe back to the line of scrimmage, looking at 3rd and 7.
Got nothing there. Go wide. Let's see if Coach Metzel keeps this on the ground with 3rd down and 7. They need to get it down to about the 10-yard line for a first down.
Buckeyes have already eaten 3 minutes off the clock on this drive. There's the snap. Dropping back and just thrown just behind the intended receiver. That was Jaden Griffith also, so that brings up 4th and 7.
Well, BT throws him to the open spot there, just trying to encourage Jaden to sit down. And once again, we're going to have a field goal attempt here, as this one's going to be probably the longest field goal try of the year. This is going to be 35 yards for Hernandez, Jeff, who obviously has the leg perfect tonight in both extra points and 2 field goals. We may be setting a record here for number of field goals in a game. We'll have to call Joe Dodd and see if Joe has got that record on hand, as this kick is up and no good, wide to the left.
Good, wide left. So Buckeyes missed that, and we're going to be right back after this word from our sponsor.
Growing up as a child in East Texas, I was always taught that I had to outwork my opponent. That same principle has carried over into our law firm. And for over 20 years, we've outworked each and every insurance company, lawyer, or corporation we've gone against. If you look at our results, they prove it. Put us to work for you, and we promise to never stray from the same East Texas work ethic that you were raised on.
All right, nothing there for Pittsburg.
2nd down and 10, Jeff, as the clock continues to run. The Buckeyes took the opening drive into the red zone, unable to convert. Field goal attempt was no good on the first drive of the second half. Score still 41-0, 8:25 and counting in the 3rd quarter. And Pittsburgh also content to take a lot of time and run some clock. Maybe we'll have a fast second half here.
All right, Pittsburgh goes to the air, almost intercepted.
My gracious, that's Watkins, number 22.
Number 22. That's Luke's little brother, Landon.
Scared him to death, hit him right between the two. The coverage could not have been any better. He just did not look up to find the ball. Otherwise, he's sitting on the ground and makes that interception. That's 3rd down and long now, as Landon played a great game last week against Spring Hill, Jeff. I was very impressed. Recovered that kick. Very high IQ, obviously, and Landon is going to be a fixture for this Buckeye defense for a couple of years to come, even after Luke goes and takes his talents to the next level.
Yeah, Landon's a junior this year, so he's got this year and next, so we'll see a lot of him next year for sure. And Pittsburgh has to throw that one away. Unfortunately, stops the clock again. Every time they have an incomplete pass, obviously stops the clock, so we're still looking at 8:04 left in the game.
And they're going to punt this one at 4th down and 10. And Cody Guidry's going to go back to about midfield to receive this punt. And out of this formation, Jeff, they have not punted the ball well, as Cody's going to come up to about his own 45-yard line. As this one's going to see if it takes a bounce. Cody's going to field this one.
He's going to take it up. Dodges would-be tacklers and tackled from behind after he crosses the 40 down to the 37.
Once again, great coaching, just a smart play. Cody's going to take that one on a hop, mounts this right up to him, and he flips about 20 yards worth of field position, Jeff, and takes that one. Instead of letting it bounce, it would have been down inside the Buckeye 40. He scoops that one up, makes a couple of men miss, shows his athletic ability, And we've got now a new quarterback. This is number 12, Mason Hurt, going to get some snaps. Mr. Ward in the secondary with him. And not a bad option as the backup quarterback when you've got a guy that's got scholarship offers as himself as a quarterback. He's also pretty much your leading receiver.
All right, handoff to Ward around the right side. Again, Buckeyes desiring to keep the ball on the ground and try to, keep that clock moving. We're down to 7:42 in the third.
Jeff, when the coaches show pops up on Monday, I don't think you're going to find a whole lot for Coach Metzel to be unhappy about. Still, pretty much a quarter and a half to play here, but obviously Brandon Tennyson on the sideline and not looking necessarily to run the score up. Pass complete from Mason Hurt out to number 13.
That is Taylor Griffin.
So that brings up 3rd down and 6 from the 35. Coach Metzel in 4-down territory, out of field goal range here. This would be an almost 50-yard attempt for Hernandez, so maybe 4-down territory here for the Buckeyes. The 3rd down play will tell the tale. If they throw it, they're probably going to punt it. Otherwise, they may go for it here.
All right, Mason, low pass. Pass intended over there for number 19, his cousin, Parker Gillo. That's just a little low. They'll be talking about that at Sunday lunch.
Yeah, as Parker almost came up with a shoestring catch there. And the Buckeyes are going to go for it here, 4th down, and let's call it 6, a long 6, Jeff.
All right, Hurt in the shotgun. Heavy pressure, dumps it out to Ward, who just drops it. Could have easily picked up the 1st down, and that'll be a turnover on downs to Pittsburgh. And, of course, they're going to go to the air 1, 2, 3 times because they've got nothing on the ground, and that is going to drag the game just a little bit because every time they don't catch it, the clock stops with the incomplete pass.
So turnover on downs for the first time tonight for the Buckeyes.
How do you feel about that running the clock in these games? Should they play the game? I know there's a lot of people that think they should play the game by the rules. What are your thoughts on that, Todd?
Jeff, at the end of the day, I have to respect just the way the coaches want to play it. If you're Pittsburgh, given the fact, and we haven't talked about this, that Spring Hill now has forfeited their next 2 games in district play, tonight against Liberty Ilo and next week against Pleasant Grove, due to COVID. So Pittsburgh's got a chance to make the playoffs, Jeff. So there's a lot for Pittsburgh to play for, although they don't have a win on the season yet. They've only lost right now to Pleasant Grove, where they opened the district schedule, and then to the Buckeyes, which you assume is going to be the number 1 and number 2 teams in the district. So Pittsburgh still has a chance. So maybe you want to keep playing. Maybe you want to, you've got some room to develop. If you're the home team and you're getting beat 41-0 at the half, you got to make the call as the coach. And I think as the opposing coach, and in this case Coach Metzel, you got to kind of read the opposing coach and respect it and say, hey, coaching is a fraternity in the state of Texas. There's a lot of unwritten rules, and of course Coach Metzel follows those to the T. It's what's best for the kids, and you got to leave that to the coach's discretion. But Pittsburgh, obviously, right now, still trying to play this game as if it were 0-0. You got to respect that. With Coach Bach over in Pittsburgh, but now once again it's 4th down and the punting team is going to come on. But as far as Pittsburgh goes, Jeff, they have talent. They have plenty of talent and have a great chance with just all they got to do is win, is essentially beat Liberty Ilo and beat North Lamar, which they have a chance to do, and they make the playoffs. And if you only got 2 wins and you're 2-8 and you make the playoffs, it's 0-0 once the playoffs start.
All right, fielded by number 14, Dylan Fluellen.
Flag down over there as number 22, Watkins, was tied up well away from the play, and they threw the flag right at his feet. So let's see if they are going to call that on young Landon, as I would assume that they were going to back the Buckeyes up. Yeah, they're going to call a hold against Landon Watkins. And right about now, Coach Metzel is saying, what penalty? What penalty? How do we get a penalty on a punt that was barely fielded? But that is going to be a spot foul and back the Buckeyes up even further. And that's going to set up Mason Hurt and these Buckeyes 1st and 10 from the 16. 5:19 left to play in the third quarter. Buckeyes lead 41-0. Brandon Tennyson done for the night, which is probably a really good move, as he had a heck of a first half, Jeff. He played well.
Handoff up the middle, Ward, and he is going to be met instantly by the defensive line of Pittsburgh. And again, Pittsburgh pretty selfish on the run. They've done a good job playing against some good defensive, good running backs from Gilmer.
Yeah, they're big up front, Jeff. Big number 72, and those great linebackers back there. Coach Metzel told you in the coaching show it's going to be hard to run right at Pittsburgh no matter what, and that's held true to form, as Coach Metzel told us.
So Mason just throws that one out of bounds. That's going to bring up 3rd and 11.
So clock stops. And once again, Jeff, it's kind of a hard thing to make the game go fast when the opposing team is daring you to throw the football. And on 3rd down and 11, you would expect to do exactly that. As Mason, who's potentially can play a critical role here. Remember, kind of the Buckeyes at quarterback are kind of 1 and 1A in terms of the talent level, as both Mason and BT with college offers to play at the quarterback position. Here's a screen pass to number 19.
Parker Gillow gets out to the 20-yard line just shy of the 1st down, and that's going to bring on the Gilmer punt squad.
As Cody Guidry will be deep to punt, I assume that's going to be one of these rugby kicks, Jeff, that Cody executes so well. And clock continues to run now here under 4:20. And for Pittsburgh, back deep, number 8, Putt McCain, the talented quarterback and linebacker. Oh, and this is faked. And look out, we got a 1st down there.
I don't think they called that. I think Cody just saw green grass.
And he's looking over at Coach Metzel and going, "Hey, sorry, Coach, I couldn't help myself."
Yeah, he
I
is.
apologize.
He's going, "Sorry, Coach." Was I supposed to do that? Was that okay?
I know we practiced this, and you said if I could get it, go get it. And Coach Metzel said, "Yeah, son, but not at 41-0."
Yeah.
Punt the football.
He's like, "It's okay, Cody. Good job.
Go sit over there, please. You're done." 1st and 10 Buckeyes.
They're still talking about it on the sideline. Handoff up the middle. That's good for a couple of yards, 3 yards out to the 35-yard line.
Jeff, I can tell you from Coach Metzel's perspective, if that's the worst problem that you have, is that one of your best athletes does exactly what he's coached to do, does it successfully, comes over with the character and apologizes for it afterwards. That's the kind of problems you want to have as a head coach when you're up 41-0 with 3 minutes left in the third quarter, and your backup quarterback is in, who could go play on Saturdays at quarterback for a lot of people. Coach Metzel would change places with a bunch of guys right now.
Well, it works out good, for the speed of the game, because we're going to keep it on the ground and eat up clock. We're down to 3:21 in the third with 3rd and 1, ball spotted on the 41. So if they pick up the 1st down here, they're going to be able to just about put this whole quarter probably in the books. And then we'll get to the 4th quarter and hopefully get through that one as well.
With number 32 in the backfield, Jeff, you're a heartbeat away from him taking it all the way to the house at any given time. As you see him keep his feet there.
Yeah, he does a good job of keeping his feet, getting out to the 45 for a for a 1st down.
And he is, I love Jared Ward, Jeff. He's one of my favorite players on this team. He goes one speed, and that's 100 miles an hour. You're going to get every bit of effort every time that he gets on the field. He's getting healthier, and trust me, he will play an increasing role as this season progresses, as this marathon goes into the playoffs. He is talented, and I like having him on our team.
2:25 left to play. Ward throws a stiff arm and finds something where there was nothing there, and then gets thrown down at the end. They don't throw a flag on it, but we got a little inappropriate behavior displayed there by Pittsburg.
Yeah,
and Ward, who
Ward is the
has
first
a little
one.
bit of a temper,
Yeah.
he controls himself, does a great job.
He hustles back and says, I can't wait to get it again, and kind of has a little bit to say to the defender who throws him down out of bounds. He will not go down. I mean, he's like a cat. You can throw him out a window, and he's going to land on his feet. Great balance there, and a good run on first down, pick up 7 yards.
2nd and 3. Low snap, Ward to the left side throws the stiff arm, but they are on him that time. And somebody face mask, and I think it may be called on Ward. As he was throwing that stiff arm, I think he may have inadvertently grabbed a face mask.
Yeah, we'll see what that play is. Yeah, that is against the Buckeyes. And that's going to back them up, and not just a little bit. That's going to back them up a whole lot, and the Buckeye fans, they're actually going to call that as a holding penalty, and that's fortunate because it's a spot foul, so it's a 10-yard penalty, but it only results in a 4-yard loss, so it's going to be 2nd and 14 from the 42 as the referees are going to stop play for I'm not sure what. Yeah, and they're going to continue to back them up. Maybe that is a face mask call, Jeff. That's a 15-yard penalty. So
yeah, that's the only thing that was going on that I could see over there was
Yeah.
I think he reached out and grabbed a hold of a face mask when he was trying to throw a stiff arm. And
watch
that's
for a
gonna
screen
back 'em
pass
up.
right here, Jeff. Out on the outside here, Parker Gillow on the outside. Let's see if Buckeyes don't go to the screen game here.
All right, Mason rolling to his right side, fires one. Pass intended for number 22, Landon Watson, just flies over his head. A lot of effort there by Landon, though, trying to reel that one in.
Another flag on the play. That's going to be an illegal shift by the Buckeyes. And they're going to back them up another 5 yards and make this 2nd down and about 22 yards to go. The Buckeyes need the Pittsburgh 45 for a first down. And now I'm going to call this one, Jeff. I think this is going to be a screen pass right here. Look for Ward on the screen pass, and that is a dangerous thing. If he gets some blocking on the outside, Ward can take those to the house. Need a big chunk of yardage here. It's a safe play. It's something that's got a high percentage of completion. The Buckeyes are going to go 5 wide here, so let's see what Mason Hurt does here.
They're going to hand it to Ward. He's running into a lot of traffic, dodges tacklers, cuts back inside, and he is going to be dropped at the line of scrimmage, and that one turns into nothing.
So jet sweep to the short side of the field, and Coach Metzel being extremely gentlemanly, not really worried about trying to pick it up, just trying to keep the clock running, obviously. And now it's going to be 3rd and forever, and now maybe you see the screen pass. Is Coach Metzel letting the play clock run down? And the 3rd quarter is going to go under a minute on this play, Jeff.
Hand off to Ward. He gets out to the 40. That's going to bring up 4th and about 15. So the punt crew comes back out, and I'm sure
I will promise you
Allen
one thing.
said, please kick the football.
Cody Guidry will be punting this football. I don't care if the entire Pittsburgh Pirate team runs to the sideline. He's going to punt the ball. Somebody missing.
Yeah, we're missing a player here. There's a good snap. And a good kick by Cody.
Yes, sir.
Takes a big Buckeye bounce down to the 20-yard line. So Pittsburgh's offensive team with 11 seconds left is going to come back in for their first play at their own 20-yard line. And
So
then-
Cody Guidry with a great punt, Jeff, and should claim responsibility. I'm going to tell him before he gets on the bus, go tell Coach Metzel you were personally responsible for running 6.5 minutes off the clock.
Yeah,
You still got the punt
man.
off.
It worked good. Yeah.
Worked out great, pinned him back 80 yards. Almost got us to the fourth quarter, Coach. As some more youngsters get some playing time on the defensive side.
Handoff up the middle, going nowhere. Next week, Buckeyes take on Liberty Ilo.
In Gilmer at Jeff Traylor Stadium back home, which is going to be a good thing. Liberty Ilo Leopards obviously always very talented, long history. As we click down into the fourth quarter, we'll recognize a few of our sponsors here, Jeff, and come back for the fourth quarter right after this.
120 years ago, First National Bank of Gilmer opened its doors to meet the needs of its customers. Through the years, we added other names to our banking family. Now, we're proudly unified under a single name, First National Bank of East Texas, because together, we're better for you, your families, your businesses, and our communities. We're the same great bank with the same great people and services you can depend on. First National Bank of East Texas. Together, we're better.
Winningham Chevrolet is proud to support the Gilmer Buckeyes. Don't miss out on the 15% savings on the 2020 Blazer, Equinox, and Trax. And remember, our service department is now open Saturday 8 to 12. Stop by and see Jay, Roger, and Lindsay at Winningham Chevrolet.
Okay, folks, back to the action as we begin the fourth quarter. And Buckeyes still lead 41-12, scoreless in the third quarter. Not putting a tremendous amount of effort to score, trying to keep the score respectable. And Pittsburgh pass attempt falls incomplete across the middle. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for Pittsburgh. 11:57 to play. One more quarter and the Buckeyes will have another victory in the books. From the shotgun, man in motion. Here's the snap. Quarterback rolls to his left. Passes downfield into double coverage. Great defense there by the Buckeyes, and that is also going to fall incomplete.
Good defense there. As you had the question, Jeff, as you asked earlier, which was, what do you do as a coach? And good defense there, Jeff. And once again, fourth down, deep in their own territory. And you answered the question there, Jeff. What do you do when you're the opposing coach? Well, you keep playing. Lots to play for Pittsburgh. And fair catch and a great job there by number 4, Cody Guidry, to come up through traffic and catch that ball and give him good field position at the 40. And now let's see, Jeff, if we don't have a quarterback change, and I think we will. Number 19, Parker Gillow, will be your quarterback for the last 11 minutes and 46 seconds. Kendall Jackson in at running back. Once again, Jeff, that's your 6th team running back, and he is going to be really good. That is our coach Henry Jackson's grandson. In orange and black where he belongs. And Kendall's going to be a big contributor here for the Gilmer Buckeyes before his career is done, and he's going to get some valuable playing time here in the fourth quarter.
Parker Gillow from the shotgun. Handoff to Kendall Jackson, lowers his head. And he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage.
So no scores on either side in the fourth quarter or third quarter, Jeff, which is not necessarily a bad thing. is really the first drive that the Buckeyes had ended in a long field goal attempt, which was no good.
Joe Dodd just sent me some interesting information. He said this will be, we announced this a couple of weeks ago, but this will be Gilmer's 699th win. So next week will be an opportunity to win number 700. And there's only 14 Texas high schools that have reached the 700 win club. Gilmer will be number 15. So
wow,
big milestone opportunity next week in Gilmer for the 700th win. Only 14 schools in history have accomplished that feat.
That's a huge milestone for this Gilmer program and just really speaks to the tradition and the history that goes even well beyond what Jeff Traylor and the legacy that he left here in Gilmer, Jeff. As a lot of former coaches here in Gilmer that go all the way back to the 19-teens as this program started, and a lot of success here with the Orange and Black. We'll be releasing some as the playoffs approach, some history of Gilmer football narrated by head coach and athletic director Alan Metzel. It's going to be really interesting pieces. Jeff, talk about how the Gilmer Buckeyes got their name, the fact that the Gilmer Buckeyes were the Gilmer Buckeyes first referred to in 1924, and Jeff, in Ohio State, where they call it the Buckeye State, they didn't call the Ohio State Buckeyes Buckeyes until 1950. So we are the original Buckeyes by all accounts, and it'll be fun to put those pieces together for Buckeye fans going into the playoffs.
All right, handoff to Jackson once again. He's going to fall short of the first down, and that's going to bring on the defensive unit. The black flag makes its way to the field as turnover on downs.
The Buckeyes will be happy with that and keep the clock running. As Jeff, this game has been pretty much one-sided literally since the first play from scrimmage. 4 straight 3-and-outs and 4 straight touchdowns to start this game. The Buckeyes had a 31-point first quarter with 4 touchdowns and a field goal. And it's been an impressive showing for these Buckeyes here tonight going into the fourth quarter. Lots of young guys playing now.
All right, pass complete to number 5. Does a good job, bobbles it a little bit, picks up a first down for Pittsburgh, moves the chains. I think that's the 3rd first down of the game for Pittsburgh.
And Jeff, I think we can count on about 3 fingers how many completed passes that Pittsburgh has had. That was one of them and almost wasn't. As number 16 for the Buckeyes, Colton Griffin comes up there at his safety position and delivers the big hit, but not before Pittsburgh picks up a first down.
Handoff, number 4, around the left side. Buckeyes are going to stop that. Maybe a yard gain.
Number 4, Gary Simmons on the carry.
And the clock can't run fast enough here.
Number 51, Clark.
Under 9 minutes now to go. And Jeff, I'm not sure anybody's left on the square watching the Buckeyes, but they enjoyed the first half as we got another completed pass. Buckeyes still swarming to the ball with a lot of youngsters in the game. Tackling well, brings up 3rd down just across midfield now for Pittsburgh to the Gilmer 47 on that completed pass. Bring up 3rd and 3. And Jeff, right now, Coach Edwards and these Buckeyes want to hold that goose egg on the scoreboard. You may think that doesn't mean anything in terms of the outcome of the game, but trust me, in that defensive room with those coaches, this big goose egg in district play will be a big boost, and they don't want to give up a score here late in the game. They want to keep that 0 on the scoreboard for Pittsburgh.
Fakes the handoff, quarterback keeper up the middle, tackled from behind by Choice.
And that's going to bring up 4th down and about 1. Pittsburgh inevitably will go for it. Let's see if the black flag defense, even with these young guys in, can make a stop here.
Todd Choice has just become a monster.
He is.
He is, since this game started, he's grown 1.5 inches and gained 10 pounds of muscle.
I'm telling you, he is
he is getting bigger as this year goes by.
Yeah,
I swear, he's huge.
He is huge.
Handoff up the middle, number 9, I believe it is.
They're going to give it to him, but I'm not sure he got it.
Number 4 on the carry for Pittsburgh. They're going to give him the first down. That'll move the chains and, more importantly, keep that clock rolling.
And Coach Edwards does not want to see this drive continue for Pittsburgh and threaten that big goose egg on the scoreboard. I'm telling you, that means a lot to the defense, Jeff. And these young guys out here know it. They've got an opportunity, and they realize that zero's on the scoreboard, and they're going to do everything in their power to keep it that way.
Handoff around the right side.
Kendall Jackson does a good job from his linebacker position to make that tackle, Jeff, but there was a hold inside that did not get called.
Close to a first down. 2nd and 1. Ball spotted on the Buckeye 34.
Jeff, young sophomore Arona goes back into the game at linebacker. He has had a great game tonight. He saved the touchdown on that long running play in the first half. He's had a couple of big hits. He's just played well tonight.
Quarterback rolls to his left side, looking to pass, and just throws it out of bounds over the head of the intended receiver.
That's going to bring up 3rd down and about a half yard. 6 minutes left now to play, Jeff. 41-0. This game is all over but the end of the statistics. And for the Buckeyes, they want to keep that goose egg on the scoreboard.
Well, Allen doing a good job of managing the score. You know, he didn't want to hang 70 points or more on this team tonight. So they've done a good job of kind of pulling back, and I think the Buckeyes stopped them from the first down. They may give it to him.
Yeah, that's going to be 4th down, and they may even lost a yard on that play.
Yeah, that was 4th down, I believe, wasn't it?
And that was 3rd down, so they're going to have one more down to pick it up here. Let's see if these young Buckeyes can turn it over once again. This is the 2nd 4th down in a row, back-to-back series for Pittsburgh. See if they don't roll to the wide side of the field again with their quarterback.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a keeper right here. They're going to pass, and it is complete for a first down.
Yeah, and you know, Jeff, Coach Edwards has seen enough when number 10 comes back on the field. So Luke Watson is going to be sent in to the wide side to basically bring a stop to anything that comes to the wide side of the field.
Pittsburgh airing one out, almost picked off.
That's number 25 for the Buckeyes, Chase Waller, who almost has a one-handed interception inside the 5. That ball sailed on the quarterback. Didn't really have an open receiver. Good coverage there as Luke Watson turned and ran and bailed and got into the what's called the drop zone there. Hard to throw over his length anyway.
Quarterback keeper is going to be a nothing burger. 4:51 left to play. Cock continues to run.
Now, Jeff, let's see if the Buckeye defense doesn't try to get some penetration here on 3rd down and long. Obviously 4-down territory, but 4:32 left to play in this ball game, and Coach Edwards just wants to have a 0 on that side of the scoreboard.
Dropping back, headed for it. They were going for the long one, and it is knocked down.
Number 15 there, Tyler Watkins.
I think that was number 19.
Oh, if that was 19, that was Parker Gillow. Yeah, that was 19 at the safety position. Parker almost had himself a pick there. And that is going to be 4th down territory now. 4 straight series, Jeff, that the Pittsburgh Pirates have needed 4 downs to convert. This one going to be a little more challenging, 4th and 11.
Pittsburgh completes a pass, and that'll be turnover on downs for the Buckeyes.
Good defense there backside screen, and the door is shut. And Jeff, I think this Buckeye team is going to take a big goose egg back to Gilmer and go 2-0 in district play. Getting ready next week for the Liberty Ilo Leopards to come to Jeff Traylor Stadium, where the Buckeyes will take another step up the mountain. But Jeff, we talked about at the top of the show, can the Buckeyes put 4 quarters together? It only took about a half a quarter for the game to be decided, but I think you can make the argument that there's not a whole lot that Coach Schmetzel is not going to be happy about and pleased with, as number 32 Ward is in the game. And a good pursuit there by Pittsburgh. He's going to lose about 5 yards on that sweep play. But good IQ there on number 32 Ward's part. Stays in bounds, keeps the clock running. And those are the little things, Jeff, that just, if you know anything about football, that's the telltale signs that you got a bunch of guys that are well coached. You know, your fourth team running back who is that talented knows that, hey, look, I'm not going to run out of bounds. I'm going to keep the ball in bounds and hold on to it. And he gives up a loss there, which is not good, but he does it the right way.
Ward moving the ball north and south. Gets almost everything they lost back. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 12.
I think he'll get another opportunity here, Jeff. And once again, Parker Gillow, the senior, managing the game. He's taking a lot of snaps at quarterback. Jeff he grew up a quarterback, knows how to manage a game clock all the way down under 5 seconds, under 3 minutes to play in the game.
Got a fumble on the play, and Parker falls on it. And we got some flags coming as a late hit there on the quarterback. That's going to be a penalty against Pittsburgh.
And that's just not well coached. So you got a chance to have the ball back, 4th down, maybe score. And big defensive end dives on Parker Gillow after he's already down, and that's going to be a personal foul and give the Buckeyes a 1st down and pretty much the opportunity to run out this clock. So Coach Edwards really happy about that, because that's going to be a 1st down and pretty much guaranteed the Buckeye defense gets out of here with a shutout. Once again, Jeff, we want to say thank you to our sponsors. Stanley Ford, who does such a great job supporting our kids, sponsoring our programs. There's Kendall Jackson straight ahead for no gain. And Winningham Chevrolet, Jeff, we appreciate our sponsors in Gilmer. Obviously our headline sponsor, Godarzi & Young, that does so much for our entire high school, all the programs, the band program as well. And Buckeye fans, I think you can rest assured that tonight that a whole lot of questions got answered about this young team. They came in expecting to play well, and from the very beginning, Jeff, they have played the best football game that they've played all year. They played clean. They've executed well. Even once the game was well in hand, they've stayed focused, and I think Coach Metzel is going to be really proud of what the Buckeyes put together here tonight.
Quarterback keeper by number 19, Parker Gillow.
Third down 11 now for the Buckeyes. They're going to run this all the way down to close to a minute left. Maybe Kendall Jackson gets an opportunity here to try to pick up a 1st down for the Buckeyes. If they were to do that, that would be the ball game.
Handoff up the middle to Kendall Jackson, who gets dangerously close to the 1st down. He's going to be a couple of yards short, and the clock ticks under a minute.
And I think, Jeff, that Coach Metzel will actually go. No, well, he's going to punt the ball here. I tell you what, Allen is a heck of a coach, but he's also a heck of a gentleman, because, Jeff, this could have been as ugly as Allen wanted it to be tonight. And
yeah, the problem with Allen is he's a good Christian. You know what? We need to find we've got to find a coach that's not a pastor also. He wants to put 100 on them, right? I'm just kidding. He's doing the right thing. And a very unusual punt from Cody Guidry, straight up in the air. It goes about 10 yards. And so with 22 seconds left on the clock, Pittsburgh's going to come out on the field, and this will be wrapping up probably the last player or two. And they're going to want to try to, possibly get on the board, so they're probably just going to go for it here. I certainly would. I'd be aiming for the end zone right here.
And the Buckeyes are going to play safe with 3 safeties deep, about 20 yards.
Yep, they're going to air it out. And that is going to – is that a touchdown?
Caught for
yeah, they caught it.
And Coach Tommy Edwards is going to lose his mind.
They were trying for the shutout, but Pittsburgh got on the board. And I assure you that if Debbie Rash is watching at home, she said, well, good for them. Good for them. I wanted them to have some points.
And she is even a better Christian than Alan Metzel.
We do not have a lot, however, of Christians in the stadium here on the Buckeye side, because a lot of people are booing that. They're not happy about it.
Well, they're saying put Devion Smith in and let him return this kick for a touchdown.
14 seconds left in the game. Gilmer and Pittsburgh gets on the scoreboard.
Yeah, Coach Edwards is hot. I mean, he is hot. And not really, Jeff, because of the effort or anything else, but just because of the situation and the scenario that you play that well, and then on literally the last play of the game, you give up your shutout. But nevertheless, Jeff, just to wrap things up here, the Buckeyes have played exceptionally well tonight. They've shown their coaching staff that they're ready to take the next step mentally. You talked about that. And the mental step that's required to go to that championship level. And Jeff, let's just be honest about it. There's two teams left really on the Buckeyes schedule that the Buckeyes know that they got to play up to their potential to beat those two teams. And that's the Week 10 opponent, possibly also Week 14. And then another shot at the Carthage Bulldogs in Jerry's World on December 16th. And that'd be a good problem to have, is to have another shot at them. But I think for these young Buckeyes, learning to compete at the championship level and learning to play, as Coach Metzel says, a faceless opponent, a big step was taken here tonight in the right direction.
All right,
where this is kicked, you'll see a fair catch here, Jeff.
They're going to kick a little squid kick. And Cody Guidry takes a knee. 13 seconds on the clock. And Buckeyes are going to come out and take a knee, and that is going to put this one in the books, folks. We appreciate you watching tonight. We want to thank our sponsors once again, being with us every week, sponsoring the Buckeyes. All the money, all the proceeds you see from the sponsors go to the students.
Victory formation is a good thing to be in for Parker Gillow. 41-6 is going to be your final score here tonight. And we will head back south to Gilmer. 2-0 in district play with Liberty Ilo coming to Gilmer next week to Jeff Traylor Stadium. So we will sign off here. Buckeyes win. For myself, Todd Robinson, the voice of the Buckeyes, Jeff Rash. 41-6 Buckeyes win. We'll see you next week. Go Buckeyes.